Good evening, everybody. Welcome to SHN Sports broadcast of Georgetown Eagle football, but it's not Georgetown Eagle football right now. There is a delay going on right now with the weather. A lightning strike was detected within a certain amount of miles. I don't know what they do here. Every school has their own. There is no UIL policy rule on a distance by policy, but there was one detected here within a range. Here comes some people back onto the field. And so the delay is there, Kelly. We talk about it, but we're going to take a break. Keep it. They're going to go and just resume where they were. So it's at least a 30-minute delay in the start of the ball game.
Yeah, and we as soon as teams come out and start warming up and getting ready for this, pending no other weather delay, one more lightning strike within the distance. I think it's 5 miles for the stadium here. If we don't have another weather delay, then we will start the pregame show as soon as teams come out and start warming up.
So we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll keep that up on there. You'll see the screen, and when things get rolling back again, we'll be back live and bring you the pregame show here of Georgetown Eagle football. Stay with us. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back. We are at Gupton Stadium live here in Cedar Park, Texas, just off the campus of Vista Ridge High School. For tonight's ball game, it's your Georgetown Eagles coming in at 8-1 on the year, 5-1 in district play. Against the Cedar Park Eagles, they come in 6-3 overall, 5-1 in district play.
Cedar Park Timberwolves.
What did I say?
Eagles.
The Bulldogs, whatever. Cedar Park Timberwolves. I'm looking at their roster as I said that. I'm focused on our own team tonight.
Great start.
All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes to restart this after the weather delay has affected us.
That's it. Wally's going to punch me in the face.
The mute button comes on for Kelly in 5 seconds. The Cedar Park Timberwolves, and I think maybe it's the nervousness of what this game means, Kelly.
Yeah.
All time between these two schools, Georgetown has a record of 3-13 against Cedar Park. They have not fared well in the history of this matchup. And so a lot of pressure there that gets talked about. That's known. These kids all know how it feels to beat Cedar Park. A tough loss last year by 7 at the end. But they maybe just so much more on the line tonight. But what a game it is. Georgetown and Cedar Park for the district title. Mano y mano. No one else involved in this. Whoever wins this game wins the district championship.
Whoever puts a schedule together for the district was hoping this would be the scenario that you wind up with a district championship game basically for the last game of the regular season. And the good thing is both these teams are probably going to have home playoff games. Georgetown is assured of that second place spot. Some weird things could happen that could send Cedar Park down to third or fourth, but that would be very, very strange to happen. Right now it looks like the winner of this game will be first place, loser will be second place. Looking for a battle tonight.
The one thing for Georgetown that kind of sticks out is we talked about earlier in the year, Eastview was the visitors against Georgetown at Birkelbach Field for the second year in a row. Georgetown, the visitors against Cedar Park here at John Gupton Stadium for 2 years in a row. And so Georgetown has to come back. A couple things they can work out tonight. One, win you a district title. Two, right the wrong from last year that caused Georgetown to fall to fourth in the district standings going into the playoffs to cause a tough first-round game. And this year, an opportunity to put yourself in the driver's seat of District 8 to face the 4th seed out of District 7, which looks to be Burleson Centennial at this point. That will get to face at Birkelbach Field next week. And so an opportunity that I don't think these kids take lightly. Holden, last night, Dave and Kelly and I all got a chance to talk to Tennyson Dean and Caleb McDougall and Coach in an extended interview with Coach last night there at the side of the field as the JV teams were one finishing, one starting. But he talked about just a different passion in this team. They seem to be locked in right now, and he talked about a good week of practice. The numbers don't lie on this team. These numbers, they continue to put up gaudy numbers. Last week, another opportunity. They broke another school record with 707 yards offensively on the night. What does this offense do? Anything different tonight, Holden, for to come out in a big atmosphere like this?
If it's not broke, I don't think they should fix it. And what they're doing right now is working. The last 5 games, they've gone over 63 times, and one of those games was a 58-point win over Eastview. So they're executing at a very high level in every aspect of offensive play. I don't think they need to complicate things or change anything up. It's the last week of the season, so essentially your entire playbook has been installed at this point, and you've gotten a lot of reps in everything that you want these kids to be able to go out and execute. So everything that they've got on the table we should see it here. But I don't expect to see any kind of trick plays, anything too complicated, because what they're doing right now is working.
Kelly, some injuries coming out of Cedar Park that we might watch for tonight that are possibilities. Trey Hill hasn't been running the ball as much here in the last few weeks. What does that effect have? Is he available? Does he play tonight? What is his availability as one of the studs on this team as a junior? His backup, they have 3 on the depth chart at the backup in the running back position. But if Trey Hill is healed up, is he ready? Does that change it? Coach talked about it does change the look of this offense and what Georgetown has to face. So how do injuries play out for Cedar Park? But then flip to Georgetown. One thing Coach said, you're going to have bumps, bruises, and aches right now at this point of the season. Everybody will. But overall, healthy-wise, Georgetown's in a great shape.
If Trey can't go tonight, that's going to be a huge blow to Cedar Park because Cedar Park has been able to do what Georgetown's been able to do. Take what the defense gives you. Coach Griffin a couple of weeks ago talked about that idea of balanced football. Balance does not always mean equal. Balance means you go with what's working for you and you use one to feed the other, and you may have more rushing yards or you may have more passing yards, but both of those parts of the offensive game for Georgetown feed the other one. So if a defense moves up to stop the run against Georgetown, then they can kill them with the pass, and vice versa with that. If they commit to defending the pass, the run game is difficult. And Cedar Park has had the same thing this year, especially with Trey Hill. Very talented back, good running back, able to gain a lot of yards. And if he can't go tonight, that's going to be a blow for Cedar Park because Georgetown will be able to focus a little bit more on a very lethal passing game that the Cedar Park Timberwolves have.
Holden, tonight we talk about it all year long, a sophomore quarterback for Georgetown. Tonight, the battle of the sophomore quarterbacks. Cedar Park brings in their starting quarterback. He is the sophomore, number 8, David Cooper. And you talk about that. If Kelly's right and Trey Hill's not available, and we go to that angle, now how much pressure does that put on a sophomore quarterback for a Cedar Park team that will have to go pass heavy?
I mean, this is the biggest spot of the season. This is district championship on the line, 1 seed. You've got it in their home building, but for a sophomore quarterback, without a run game to lean on, that puts everything on him because now the defense knows it's on the shoulders of the sophomore quarterback. David he's a scramble guy. He likes to get out, extend the plays, make something work with his legs. But if you don't have anything behind you to support that, you let this defense key in on what they're already best at, which is defending the pass. Overall, on the season, they're allowing 5 yards a reception, 10 interceptions to 9 passing touchdowns allowed. They've been ball hawks all season long. It's going to be a tough challenge for the quarterback.
Georgetown, then if you go to the running game for Georgetown, you go to Kelly's different ways of describing the run game this year. Tonight, how wide open do those hangar doors become, and how quickly does the Jet get fed the ball, and how often does Jet get fed the ball? Last week you saw him, 15, 16 carries, 181 yards or so in one half a play.
Yeah.
He didn't touch the ball, didn't touch the field in the third or fourth quarter, but a running attack that easily 16 carries a week before that was 404 yards in a battle game against the Glen Grizzlies. Jet Walker not far off from 2,000 yards on the season. How healthy is he? How ready is he? How ready is this run game? Teams have tried to stack the box. The fun thing is you have those weapons on the outside for McDougal to keep you honest and have to make you cover all parts of the field.
Well, and it's this time of the year where the difference between being hurt and being injured really come into play. A lot of your starters on both teams are hurt. They're nicked up. They got some pains. They got some aches. Can they fight through it is the question at this point in the season, because now from here on out, tonight is basically a playoff game. And from here out, you're going to have to play through that. And that's the difficult part, and that's where the championship runs come from, or the teams that stay relatively healthy, which Georgetown has this year, knock on wood. But the teams that can play through those injuries, they have the depth, and Georgetown has benefited from the depth that they have this season, and we've seen it. How many games has Jet Walker played in the fourth quarter? Not very many. So tonight is an opportunity for another statement by Georgetown if they can pull off the victory tonight here against Cedar Park. But it's also a chance for Cedar Park, who struggled early in the season, to make their own statement by beating a Georgetown team that they're going to have to outscore by a lot.
Kelly, you had an opportunity to talk to Coach Griffin this week. Prepare us for that and send us off to the interview with Coach Griffin.
So when I talked to Coach, we talked about some of these things as well. What about the game last week and the success that Georgetown had against Lake Belton, and also what we can expect in this game tonight against Cedar Park and what the challenges are. And here's what Coach had to say about that. We welcome to Countdown to Kickoff, head coach Chuck Griffin. Coach, thanks for joining us again.
Hey, thanks, Kelly. Glad to be here.
Coach, a really, really good win against Lake Belton this past week. We were expecting a really tough game, turned into a blowout. But talk about your overall thoughts on the defeat of the Broncos.
Man, just fired up for our kids, how well they played together and what we did. They did exactly what we asked them to do, during the week, and getting prepared. And they had a great mindset and went out and took care of business on Friday.
The offense really, really played well. Defense played really well too. But on the offensive side, pretty much able to do what you guys wanted to do on the offense. Was there anything that surprised you about the the performance on Friday?
No, just our guys just played really well. They kind of, offensively played pretty well, mistake free most of the night. And when we need to connect on shots, we were able to do that. I just think our kids did a great job with it.
In a game like that, this late into the season, it's a really good advantage to be able to play some of the other guys later in the ball game and rest some of your starters like Jet. I don't think Jet saw the field in the second half.
Yeah.
How important is that going forward as we near the playoffs?
Well, I mean, we've kind of been that way with Jet all year, really. For the most part, we were talking the other day, like in the first 3 games, I think he had 10 carries, 9 carries, 11 carries. Just trying not to wear him out so that we can use him late in the season. And so I think it's big when you can take your kids out and rest and get other kids some opportunities to get them a chance to play, get them a chance to get ready and continue to be successful.
The receiving corps had a really good night this past Friday against Lake Belton. Talk about those guys continuing to perform at a high level.
Yeah, I mean, Xavier and Davin are both doing a tremendous job, and those 2 guys accounted for 340 yards receiving, I think, the other night, the 2 of them. And our whole receiving corps is doing well. Max Muniz had several catches on the night. Braylon had a couple, and continues to make big plays, special teams wise, and those kind of things. So, I'm just super excited about the way they're playing and what they're doing. And Caleb is handling the job well, and continuing to get better as quarterback and growing into that. And as a matter of fact, a couple of those the other night, like he checked those and threw those touchdowns on his own. Just kind of seeing what the defense was giving us and what he was able to do.
He's a really smart football player and has really absorbed this offense and run it very well. Like you were talking about, some of the throws he makes are check downs from the intentional route. And this from a sophomore. He just continues to impress me.
Yeah, he is. He's getting better and better. And here's the deal, man. He works really hard at it. He's very adamant about watching film and being prepared. And that's the key to success in really anything, right? Are you prepared? Did you get ready? And so he does a really good job of getting ready and being prepared to go in and do a good job.
On the defensive side against Lake Belton, those guys just attacked, lots of hats to the ball, did a really good job of keeping Lake Belton from getting comfortable in their offense, which is something that the defense has done quite a bit this year. Talk about that defensive performance.
Man, our defensive guys, especially our defensive front, are doing just a tremendous job. And we think the key was, kind of got on us a little bit the first drive, and our defense was able to block a field goal. That was huge. And then we get a couple scores, and man, we have back-to-back interceptions, and that was really big. That we intercepted a pass on the first play of scrimmage. We score, we intercept the ball, we drive down a score from that. We kick off to them, intercept the ball for a pick 6, and that kind of just put the nail on the coffin. And those guys just did a tremendous job. That's pressure up front by the front guys. That's good coverage by the back end guys and being where they're supposed to be.
It seems like Lake Belton and a lot of the defenses that we faced this season, they've either tried to move guys up and stop the run or back guys off and try to stop the pass, but it's really a pick your poison kind of deal with this offense.
Yeah, it was. Their game plan the other night was to try to double Xavier. And he still had 158 yards receiving, but they try to put 2 guys on him, which enabled us to throw several touchdowns to Davin, and then also allowed Jet to run the football because they got to take somebody out of the box to go help cover up Xavier. So they did a really good job this past week. Our guys did a great job of just executing, taking what they gave us.
You talked about the pressure up front. The Lake Belton quarterbacks, and they used a couple of them, just weren't able to get comfortable back there. And that's some credit to those guys in the box.
Yeah, I mean that's that's Dylan Tuberville and Andrew Urban and Luke Butch and Tennyson Dean. Those guys are just putting great pressure on the quarterback. We had a sack the other night. We rushed 2 and still had a sack because those guys are putting so much pressure on him. And that's when you can do that with those front 4, that allows you to play a lot of games in the back end and make things hard on the offense.
So, Lake Belton solidifies the playoff spot, but the task isn't done yet. Now Cedar Park lays ahead, and Thursday night's battle
is the battle for the outright district champion. Talk about what you're telling your players about this Friday.
No, I wanted them to know what's at stake. We talk about it, and I hope that's the right way to do it. But I want them to know, it's just the next game. It's our next opponent. It's just another game. But I do want them to prepare for the mindset of every game they're going to play from here out. It's the biggest game they've ever played. Right? This is an opportunity to win the first district championship outright in 14 years or 12 years. And it is. And then it'll be an opportunity to play, win a bi-district championship. So every single game they're going to play from here on out is the biggest one, right? So they've got to have a mindset of working to prepare like that. Let's get everything we got to make sure that we take care of the business in front of us this week, because it's a once in a lifetime thing for these kids. So let's make sure we take care of it.
I guess it's really easy to kind of get wrapped up in all that. But as you said, it's a game at a time. Even once you get into the playoffs, game at a time, play at a time.
Yeah, for sure. It's a want-to-know mentality. The mentality and how you got here doesn't change, right? Like, you got to win this rep in practice. You got to win this rep in the weight room. You got to win this rep by doing your scouting report. All those kind of things. Like, you got to win those reps to get yourself in a position to win the game. But there is something that's special about knowing the stakes and knowing, okay, the stakes are high. So my preparation has got to be even a little bit more intense, a little bit more focused.
So, Cedar Park, very balanced on offense, able to run the ball, able to throw the ball. What's the challenge against Cedar Park Thursday?
Yeah, I think the challenge for us defensively against Cedar Park is the tempo they play fast, and they've got a really good running back. He's tremendous and does a good job. They like to throw the quick screens around, and the quarterback's a sophomore like ours and growing into that role, but they're going to run the quarterback a good bit, which, that adds a gap defensively. It's something else you got to take care of when you can run the quarterback. So there's a couple of different challenges, but really I think the biggest thing for us from Cedar Park standpoint is the tempo. Can we handle the tempo? So that's the big challenge for our defense this week.
On the offensive side, Cedar Park has given us some yardage, but it's still about what we do, not versus what they do, right?
Yeah, obviously it's always about us. It's about how well we play and what we do and how well we execute our job and what we've been called to do or asked to do. And so that doesn't change this week either, right? We got to go out and take care of our business. They're good defensively. We know they are. They coach really well. Those guys have been around a long time, and they've been a good, solid program for a long time. So we've got to go take care of our business and take care of our job and have that willingness to understand, Cedar Park's going to play hard in the last minute of the fourth quarter. So you got to be ready. You've got to be ready the entire game, the entire way. And so we got to make sure that we take care of that this week.
We're looking forward to a really good ball game and excited for this matchup. I know from a fan standpoint, I love it if we can beat Cedar Park.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the challenge for us as the fans, just sitting back, letting you guys take care of what you've taken care of all season. So we're excited for this game. Who are your standout players against Lake Belton?
Defensive line-wise, Tennyson Dean, man, he just made play after play the other night. I think he ended up with 5 tackles, tackle for loss, quarterback pressure. Chance Kelly had 5 tackles, also an interception. He had one of those we talked about. Then Luke Hawley had 8 tackles and he had 2 big hits. And then Alex Wilson had the 4 tackles, a big hit, but he also had the pick 6 from the safety spot, so that was good. Sam Lopez played excellent up front. All 5 of our guys did, but Sam kind of stood out. And then Jet had 16 rushes for 184 yards and 4 touchdowns on the night. A wide receiver where we combined Xavier and Ced because they had 340-something yards receiving, the 2 of them. So they did a great job on our 380 yards passing the other night. And then McDougal was our offensive player of the game with 16. He had 16 passes for 372 yards and 3 touchdowns on the night. So those guys did great. Our game changer that was the back-to-back interceptions. With back-to-back scores. That's a pretty good turn of events when you can make sure you do that.
Coach, I don't envy you when you got to pick the players of the game because there's so many guys that have been standing out this season.
Yeah, it's great. It's always that's always the discussion for us, on Sunday when we meet is, all right, who are the players of the game going to be? And that's a tough decision a lot of times because we've got several guys standing out and doing great things.
That's a great problem to have as a head coach.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate your time and looking forward to a really good ball game.
All right, man. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate you guys.
Folks, it's Coach Chuck Griffin. Stick with us. Countdown to kickoff continues right after this.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoors enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. There's a large selection of hunting and fly fishing supplies for the beginner, all the way up to the experienced outdoor folks. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoor outfitter with high-quality supplies and services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what there is to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, or check out the website at www.rrpgtx.com.
It's like it's spiritual war going on. Better be prepared. Yeah, I ain't alone in the booth. Yeah, the spirit of work. Turn the microphone up. Yeah, I'm trying to be heard. Demons calling me up. Still been reading the word. A couple questions I need answering. I'm down for the search. So help me, Father. Help me, Father, man. I need to get my head right. Can't be fighting with these demons. It's like every night.
Back live here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. We're at John Gupton Stadium. Royalty, Ty Griffin bringing us back there from the break. Remember, folks, Georgetown Eagle football, it's powered by Graham & Sons Farm and Livestock, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle football and First Responder Broadcasting. Maybe a good time to talk about 39-0-1, 39-0-1 for your sub-varsity teams this year. 4 district titles, 2 freshman titles, 2 JV titles, all won last night. And what an opportunity for Georgetown tonight to go 5-0 on district titles this year if Georgetown Eagles can hold on. The countdown to kickoff brought to you by River and Ranch Provisions. Visit them, www.rrpgtx.com, or give them a call, 512-240-5520, River and Ranch Provisions. And so it kind of comes down to it, Kelly. This team has everything in front of them. This senior class has the opportunity that a lot of senior classes haven't had, that they don't have. And, man, what an opportunity tonight. We talked to and we getting to pass by some of those seniors walking by last night in a Seth Warren and talking to these kids how ready they are for this ball game and this opportunity to go after it and to go get a district title all of their own.
And we've heard the confidence in their voices, confident but not cocky about this ball game. They're excited to be in this ball game tonight. It's been fun talking to these players, and this is an opportunity now where you have to push out the outside noise, and like Coach Griffin loves to talk about, one play at a time, one game at a time, nameless, faceless opponent, and that's how Georgetown's going to have to approach this tonight so they don't get wrapped up in the hype. Win this ball game if they can, then celebrate and look forward to what lays next.
Holding some statistical leaders for this Georgetown team as we go into tonight's game. Talk about some of that, some of the numbers just being put up by this Eagle offense, being running, passing, receiving across the board.
4 names immediately stick out to me. Obviously, the quarterback, Caleb McDougal, 1,816 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. That's the statistic that's really key for me. He's not turning the ball over. You see a lot of times young quarterbacks make risky choices, trying to mature, trying to learn the game, the speed of the game. He's not been like that, and especially these last few weeks, he's absolutely been on point with the 2 big receivers on this team, Xavier Warren and Davin Sedgwick. They've got eerily similar numbers. Xavier Warren, 32 catches, Sedgwick, 30 catches. Xavier Warren, 683 yards, Davin Sedgwick, 693 yards. But the touchdowns kind of separate them a little bit. Xavier Warren's got 8. Davin Sedgwick has 12. Got 3 last week in a 4-catch, 168-yard performance, and 3 scores. And speaking of last week, that is when both these receivers had their season high in receiving yards. So they're coming off their best passing attack of all season, which is not good news for Cedar Park, because if Georgetown can do both running and passing at elite levels, I'm not sure how you stop them. And, of course, that segues right into Jet Walker. He's the mainstay of this offense. He makes everything go. The superstar running back, closing in on 2,000 yards. I believe he's about 280 away, 26 touchdowns on the season, and he's just a junior, so we're going to get him another year.
According to the stats that Georgetown has posted, he's got 257 yards to gain tonight. Not out of the question, but that would be a remarkable night for Georgetown if he's able to pull that off.
And one thing that kind of sticks out to me, Holden, is the thought process of you have the weapons in Davin Sedgwick and Xavier Warren. But you try to cover them, you have the weapons of Braylon Westfall, of Max Muniz, of Regan Terosian, of Caleb Reyna. It keeps going on. And then you have the weapons of Luke Livingston and Elijah Callaghan, and the fact that all three of those running backs with them and Jet Walker are pass-catching able. They will go out on a route, the wheel route. We've seen it in one game. They threw it wide open to Jet Walker down the sideline for a touchdown. That was one of the favorite plays we'd love to see when they ran the wheel route with Andrew Petter back in his days. He got out on that outside edge and you floated it into him. But Caleb McDougal doing a great job of spreading the ball around. As a sophomore, he's done a great job last night talking to him at the coaches show there at the track at Georgetown High School, asking him, what were your expectations coming in as a sophomore and how have they been met? And he said, I didn't think I had any expectations because I didn't know what to expect. But I knew I had athletes and talent around me, and it allowed me to settle in and just go to work and do my job of running an offense but not doing anything outside the norm. I don't need to try to make big things happen, and that's why they call him the bus driver.
Yeah, and speaking of that talent, probably the most surprising aspect of this team has been the offensive line. They have dominated game after game up front at the line of scrimmage, specifically running and passing, really. They're averaging 8.5 yards a carry with all their running backs combined. That's Jet Walker averaging 12.3, Elijah Callaghan 6.8, Darius Rockmore 7.3, and then in the pass protection, only 4 sacks allowed all season. Now you got to give credit to that of the escapability of Caleb McDougal. He's extended plays, got outside of the pocket, made some throws, wound up scrambling, but he does not get a lot of pressure, which is kind of how you have to beat an offense with this many weapons. You have to confront and disrupt the quarterback's rhythm. We have not seen a lot of teams have success with that all season.
Kelly, I think it's time for the starting lineups.
I think it absolutely is, and the starting lineups are brought to you tonight by Oak Ridge Disciple House in their 14th year of sponsoring our broadcast. And we are excited to have Josh and the gang at Oak Ridge Disciple House back. They do a tremendous amount of good, and we appreciate that sponsorship. But the starting lineups are brought to you by Oak Ridge Disciple House. Holden, starters for Cedar Park.
Starters for Cedar Park, left tackle number 78, Jacob Slaughter. He's a junior. At left guard number 60, John Woodle. He's a senior. At center number 50, Wyatt Valiente. He's a senior. Right guard number 65, Nate Allen, is a senior. And right tackle number 53, Brock Bungo, is a sophomore. At tight end number 7, Jamal Porter, he's a junior. One wide receiver is going to be number 19, Zane Claybrook. He's a senior. Another wide receiver, number 26, Jonah Johnson. He's a sophomore. And the third wide receiver, number 4, Noah Wallace. He's a senior. Running back, we talked a little bit about, not sure who's going to go or not. Official starters, number 21, Trey Hill. He's a 100-plus yard a game guy if he does go. He's a junior. And quarterback's number 8, David Cooper. He is just a sophomore, same as McDougal. On defense, defensive end number 45, Henry Newman. He's a senior. A nose, number 57, Jackson Morin, is a senior. The defensive end number 99, Brooks Barford, is a junior. The rush defensive player is number 7, Jamal Porter. He's a junior. The Mike's number 32, Luke Worley, is a junior. The BK, I'm not sure what that one is, never seen it before. Number 31, Logan Wickets, is a senior. And then the weak play side is number 24, Grant Fuller, is a senior. At one corner is number 1, Jack Reynolds, is a senior. And at the other corner is number 2, Caden Morris, a senior. One safety is going to be 22, Hayden Hollander, is a sophomore. And then the second safety, number 5, Benjamin Ramos, he's a senior.
And those are your starters for the Cedar Park Timberwolves tonight. And on offense, Wally, our offensive starters tonight for the Georgetown Eagles.
On the offensive side of the ball for your Georgetown Eagles at right tackle, a junior, number 71, Caden Scherer. That's big sniffles. At the right guard, a senior, number 75, Brant Hargrove. In the middle, the center, a senior, number 53, Ryan Castilleja. The left guard, the senior, number 52, Noah Faltasek. At left tackle, the junior, number 78, Sam Lopez. And at the tight end, H-back, number 81, the senior, Jake Mylock. The skill positions for the Georgetown Eagles. At wide receiver, the senior, number 2, Davin Sedgwick. On the other side, the junior, number 7, Xavier Warren. The slot receivers for Georgetown, the junior, number 15, Regan Tarosian. The other slot receiver, the sophomore, number 16, Braylon Westfall. In the backfield, the fullback, I skipped one. Number 28, the man that makes it happen, the junior, Chet Walker. The fullback, number 23, that's Elijah Callaghan, the senior. And the bus driver, number 12, Caleb McDougal, the sophomore quarterback. The Georgetown Eagle defense starting lineup at end, number 8, the junior, Tennyson Dean. At nose guard, the senior, number 99, Luke Butch. At the tackle, senior, number 39, Andrew Urban. At the bandit, the senior, number 38, Dylan Turbeville. Your linebackers, the Mike linebacker, the senior, number 6, Chance Kelly. The Will linebacker, the senior, number 9, Seth Warren. And the Sam linebacker, the junior, number 11, Cole Mitchell. In the secondary for Georgetown, the safety, number 3, that's the senior, Luke Holly. He's joined in the safety position by senior, number 25, Alex Wilson. The cornerbacks for your Georgetown Eagles, the senior, number 13, Cooper Werchin. And he's the opposite of the senior, number 5, Jaheim Dowd. Special teams for your Georgetown Eagles doing the kicking will be the senior, number 34, Christopher Mashburn. And the punter for Georgetown, the sophomore, number 16, Braylon Westfall.
And those are your starters for tonight's ball game. Again, brought to you by Oak Ridge Disciple House. Quick message from Oak Ridge, and we will be
Just walked up to me. Can we do an interview?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Coach, a couple of little small distractions with the weather delay and big game tonight. How do you keep everybody composed in the locker room?
Man, just stay focused. Stay focused on the job. It's just a little bit of a delay, not real big. So just make sure that you stay focused and ready when you get ready to come out here for a fight.
Anybody that you're looking to particularly watch tonight with the Cedar Park Timberwolves?
I mean, all of them. They're a great football team. They're a great football program, always have been. So we're going to have to get ready tonight.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck. Thank you. Guys, back up to you.
Our starting lineups brought to you by Oak Ridge Disciple House. Quick message from them. We'll be right back with more Georgetown Eagle football brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting here on the SHN Sports YouTube channel.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back here live, John Gupton Stadium in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMT's Georgetown football, powered by Graham & Sons Farm and Livestock. It's time for some keys to the game. Bus driver, give us the keys.
Bus driver is very important tonight for this Georgetown Eagle offense.
And I didn't even know that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's good.
Amazing.
That's
the
good stuff.
input that I am able to bring to this broadcast in stating the obvious. Number one, the short passes are going to have to open up the deep passes against this Cedar Park Timberwolf backfield. And I think you'll see a lot of those, especially between the hash marks in the middle of the field. Second, the X-Man has got to come back and do what X-Man does, as well as Jet Walker in the running game. On defense, they got to attack the quarterback. If their starting running back is not going to be able to go tonight, then they're going to have to lean on that pass game, and Georgetown's going to have to put pressure on them as well. The other keys. fill the run lanes. Stop that run. Again, if their starter can't go at running back, then they can do that a little bit more effectively, but they do have some talent behind him. And finally, no silly penalties that cost us yardage pre-snap, post-whistle. They've got to play clean tonight to beat this Cedar Park team.
Let's go down to the field. Dave, your key to the game for Georgetown to win it and take home a district title tonight.
I think they've really got to just focus on like coaches say, the faceless opponent each week. Just focus on their fundamentals, mistake-free football, and get out of Gupton with a dub tonight. And put the historic record between these two teams. It's a rivalry game, so they've got to really pay attention and just forget about all that and it's just another football team on the other side of the field, and take care of business, do their job.
Holden, your key to the game.
My key to the game for the Georgetown Eagles is you cannot let this game get thrown out into the mud. Cedar Park wants this game to get sloppy. They know Georgetown's got the offensive firepower. You have to keep this a clean game, execute at a high level, and don't turn this into a scrap heap.
Here come your Georgetown Eagles, and we bring you the fight song from the Georgetown Eagle Marching Band. The Georgetown Eagles headed out in the beautiful blue pants, white jerseys tonight with the white helmets with Georgetown in script lettering across both sides of the white helmets. With the blue pants and white jerseys with blue numerals, the Cedar Park Timberwolves getting ready to come out. They'll be in the all-black uniforms tonight. Black pants, black jerseys, black helmets, white numerals on the front of their jerseys. And I think my key to the game is this offense has to continue to flow. This defense answers the call week in and week out. They challenge themselves. They play well. They continue to battle and give the ball back to this offense. The fluidity of this offense has to stay out there. The pass game to open up the run game to open up that pass game. And just I think the more we can allow McDougal to do McDougal things and making the ball spread out to all his receivers, and we keep Jet Walker clean and free, keep him from the big hits and allow him to run the ball and dominate again, I think this offense really controls Georgetown's key to win a district title.
I don't think you're going to see Georgetown change anything tonight. I don't think there's going to be any attempt to trick the Cedar Park defense. Georgetown just has to do what Georgetown does. And I think you're going to see the same thing from Cedar Park, minus maybe their starting running back. But we'll see who takes the field for Cedar Park tonight. Both these teams, it's going to be about execution. And the cleaner they execute, the better chance they're going to have to win this ball game tonight.
Georgetown comes in averaging 52 points on the season in 9 ball games, 55.2 in district, only allowing 21.8 points a game in district, 18.1 on the year. Cedar Park's offense comes in averaging 36.9 points a game on the season, 35.3 in district, but allowing 25.5 points per game in the district season. And so this offense for Georgetown, used to putting up 53 points a game on average in district, has 55.2 points a game in district with a defense that only allows 25 points a game. And so it'll be a battle there to see which team, which offense, which defense is able to get control early and often to make things happen in tonight's game. We'll get ready to go to the national anthem. Down to the field, Mike, we go.
And please remain standing now as the 7-time and current reigning state champion Timberwolves marching band plays the Cedar Park School song.
So we'll keep it here. And instead of the national anthem, it was the school song by the Timberwolf marching band. But Georgetown tonight, Kelly, I didn't want to break the news, but I'm going to have to break it.
Break.
The news be broken. Trey Hill, the starting running back for the Cedar Park Timberwolves, is out.
Wow.
He will not play. The backup running back behind Trey Hill, number 23, Cameron Graham, is out. The top two running backs for the Cedar Park Timberwolves have made the scratch list, the physically unable to perform list. And so where does this offense for Cedar Park go tonight? I think the passing game becomes highly likely for this Cedar Park team.
Yeah, it really does, and that's a big blow for this Cedar Park team to take. One of our longtime listeners, Ixtapa, in the chat asked a question. You referred to it a little bit earlier. He asked what the record was for Georgetown against Cedar Park. That record is 3-13. Cedar Park has been a nemesis for this Georgetown team, so they're going to try to erase a little bit of that tonight. But that's the overall record for Georgetown against Cedar Park.
But looking down on the Cedar Park sideline, number 21, Trey Hill, is in. He's got his uniform top on, but he is not going to play tonight. He is in shorts or maybe some pants there, but not in a uniform tonight. So he is out for the ball game. So the starting running back, Trey Hill, the junior, a phenomenal athlete and running back, is out. And the word is that his backup, the sophomore Cameron Graham, is as well. We'll try to confirm that. But it should be interesting here for the Georgetown offense. The choir for Cedar Park looks prepared to go. We'll try to go to the crowd mic and bring you the national anthem when they're ready.
That weather delay has thrown everybody off.
And the Georgetown band, who plays next? I don't know if the Georgetown band is supposed to play their school song or, so everybody's just kind of looking around down here. Somebody make a decision.
And so we don't know what's going on right now. So we'll continue to talk about Georgetown football.
How about
Go ahead.
a little weather update?
Go for it.
All right. I've been anxiously watching the radar all night. It's about 78 degrees right now. The wind is east at 7 miles an hour, so coming right at you, right at the camera. And it's sticky. The humidity's high, the dew point's high, so H is going to be busy with the Gatorade and everything, and I think we're getting ready for the national anthem.
Back live here at John Gupton Stadium as the captains have taken the field. And we're ready for the coin toss and the operation to start the ball game.
All right, gentlemen, my name is Jeremy Tate, the referee, joined by Damon Caldwell, the umpire. On behalf of this Austin Football Association officials crew, it's our pleasure to be here for this evening contest. Fellas, we're here for the coin toss. We're going to get these things going here with the coin toss here today. We got heads, tails, Georgetown, you're the visiting team. What is your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call. And it's tails. Yeah, you win the toss. All right, so you want the ball.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to kick. Y'all want. Does he want to switch it?
Yeah,
he wants to switch it, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Does he want to switch it? I got you.
I'm sorry.
Does he want to switch sides? Yes or no? Okay, switch sides. Switch sides, guys. Switch sides. Okay, we got it. Yes or no? All right. Hey, we're good, guys. Georgetown is winning the toss. They will receive. Gentlemen, let's get to the board.
So the Georgetown Eagles have won the toss, and they, of course, will receive. We were talking about it during the week. If you're Cedar Park, you win the toss, and you take the ball to try to turn the tide for Georgetown. The captains for tonight's ball game for the Georgetown Eagles, Brad Hargrove, Dylan Turbeville, Sam Lopez, and Jake Mylock. The captains for the Cedar Park Timberwolves, number 5, Benjamin Ramos, number 31, Logan Wickets, and number 50, Wyatt Valente. So the Georgetown Eagle offense will go first here for the Georgetown Eagles. And Kelly, just what the coach ordered. You can't go with the doctor, but Coach Griffin, he orders it up. He wants to get the ball. He wants to get it early, and he wants to get the defense a lead and force the other team to play from behind, and an opportunity here to start it off again.
And that's why Coach Griffin wants that football. He wants to put pressure on the other team. If Georgetown can score on their first drive, then they're able to put them behind the chains, figuratively speaking, right off the bat. So it'll be a big first drive for the offense for Georgetown, the defense for Cedar Park. That will set the tone for tonight.
And that it's worked all season long. Georgetown's outscoring opponents 183-24 in the first quarters of these games. They've taken the ball and just punched their opponents right in the mouth.
We are ready for the first quarter. It's brought to you by Nathaniel Funk of Edward Jones. Nathaniel Funk, your Leander Georgetown Edward Jones financial advisor, located at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801 in Leander, Texas. Learn how we can help you with all your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more. Cedar Park Timberwolves, they'll get ready and tee it up here. It'll be kicked away by number 5 for the Timberwolves. That is Benjamin Ramos, the senior. Back deep for the Eagles. Standing at the 5-yard line is Xavier Warren. Up at about the 18-yard line is number 6. Looks like number 16, Braylon Westfall. And on the far side of the field, number 3, Luke Holly. So Georgetown prepared for anything, as Cedar Park will tee it up. And we are underway live here at John Gupton Stadium. The kickoff fielded by Westfall at the 4. Up past the 10 towards the middle of the field. Cuts back at the 15, and he'll be taken down at about the 17-yard line. And that's where Georgetown will start, 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line for the first possession of the ball game.
Wally, we've been excited about this game since that game last week against Lake Belton, and I don't know whether to stand up or sit down or jump up on the shelf behind us. Really excited for this ball game tonight.
Caleb McDougall brings out the Georgetown offense. He'll go 4 receivers with Jet Walker in the backfield. 2 receivers left, 2 right from the near side hash mark. Walker offset to the left side of McDougall. McDougall with a clap of the hands will get the snap back. Hand it off, Walker right side, up past the 17, breaks the tackle, 20, runs over a man, up to about the 25. They'll mark him out at the 24-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 to bring up 2nd and 3 as number 1 for the Timberwolves. Jack Reynolds really didn't want much to do with Jet Walker there on the end of that play.
If this is your first time to watch Georgetown play football, you're going to hear Jet Walker's name a lot tonight. Just 250 yards now from 2,000 on the season.
2 receivers left, 1 right. End around to Xavier Warren. He takes a pitch, makes a man miss in the backfield, up past the 25, 30, 35, up to about the 40 where he's pushed out of bounds. And it's a borrow for Morrow first down for your Georgetown Eagles. On the end around to Xavier Warren to get the X-Men going, Holden. We talked about it, and there he is on his first touch of the ball game.
When you've got the fastest guy on the field, it's always smart to get him the ball in every which way. So you see a lot of screens to him. That time a little pop pass, and he goes for 16.
2 receivers right, 3 or left, 3 receivers right Empty backfield for McDougal. Snap back. Looks right. Throws it out in the flat. Xavier Warren gets it. Gets a block from Tarosian. Hit and driven back, but breaks the tackle, and he'll be thrown out of bounds. They're going to give him forward progress up to the 45-yard line, and on that completion will be enough for a 5-yard gain. Now let's see if they're going to change it. They're going to mark it down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6 for Georgetown.
The yardage that Jet has put up this year has kind of overshadowed just a little bit Xavier Warren, but he is such an effective weapon and has such great speed, great hands. He is truly a weapon to be concerned about for Cedar Park tonight.
Callaghan to the left of McDougal. Walker to the right. Snap back. Hand it to Callaghan. Coming right side. Finds a hole and gets tripped up. And he'll be marked down right at the 45. A gain of 1, and that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for Georgetown from their own 45-yard line.
With the idea that Coach Griffin has of getting the football first and scoring, this is a big 3rd down early in this ball game for the Cedar Park defense. If they can hold Georgetown here and force a punt, that's a huge stop for them. But they've got to stop this machine of the Georgetown offense.
2 receivers wide left, 2 receivers wide right for Georgetown. Jet Walker in the backfield to the left of McDougal. Near side hash mark on 3rd and 5. And there's some flags coming in. It looks like it's going to be a false start on Georgetown. And it is. So instead of 3rd and 5, it's going to be 3rd and 10 now. So those penalties you were talking about, Kelly, you can't have the pre-snap penalties. And there's the first one, and now it makes it a big 3rd and 10 from their own 40-yard line.
And it's such a huge difference in the play calling from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 10. It really adjusts what the offense is going to be able to do here. So we start to see this offense spread out now. A run here would be pretty remarkable. Excuse me.
4 receivers left, 1 right. Walker, the far receiver to the left side. McDougal near side hash mark. Get the snap back on 3rd and 10, looking left. He's going to throw it across the middle. The catch made into Cedar Park territory. That's Davin Sedgwick. His first catch of the ball game is enough for a borrow from Morrow first down.
And Davin, we talk about Xavier. Davin is almost an equally effective weapon out on the other edge, oftentimes on the opposite field from Xavier, and you saw it right there. Good time, good feet under him by McDougal in that pocket, able to put a dime in there and get the first down.
A gain of 15 on a 3rd and 10, and it brings up 1st and 10 from the Cedar Park 45. Warren in motion. Snap back, hand it to Walker, right side. Makes a man miss, cuts back 40, 35, and he'll be dropped inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 on first down, and another borrow from Morrow first down.
What an effective running back. That's 6'2", 215, 220, somewhere around there. He's got the speed, but he's also got the shiftiness, great eyes, great vision of the field, and you saw it right there on that run.
2 receivers left, 2 right. 1st and 10 from the 39 of Cedar Park. Walker to the right of McDougal, near side hash mark. McDougal ready to go. Clap of the hand, snap back. He's looking right. Here comes the pressure, steps up from it. He's going to dump it out in the flat to Walker at about the 30-yard line, driven out of bounds. And that'll be enough for a 4-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 6 now for the Eagles.
Kind of amazing that Jet Walker was just standing out there by himself with no coverage out there on the defense until after the pass had been completed. Good job of pushing him out of bounds, keeping him from getting that extra yardage. But you got to believe they're going to kind of spy 28. I would if I'm a defensive coordinator, because he is just a remarkable player.
Eagles now have the bunch formation. 1 receiver right, 1 left. 8 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the first quarter. Walker directly behind McDougal in the pistol. Turn, hand it to Walker. Right up the middle. He's got a hole. Up past it, breaks the tackle. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Georgetown. Jet Walker, 34 yards to the house.
What a beautiful run. We saw him break some tackles. We saw his speed there. Part of that is they can't move up that defensive backfield to try to challenge that run, because then the receivers will kill you, and that's the effectiveness of Xavier Warren and Davin Sedgwick with the speed that they have.
And now the swinging gate formation for Georgetown. And now they'll bring it back. The G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt. Hometown service like none other. 9400 Brown Lane in Austin, Texas. Visit them at www.gtownlumberandsupply.com. Christopher Mashburn ready to go. The snap back to McDougal. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the extra point is good. 8:42 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown opens up the ballgame with a drive of, 83 yards. A nice drive. Georgetown leads at 7-0. Georgetown football continues in a moment.
Every first quarter this season is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Back live here at John Gupton Stadium. Georgetown takes the opening drive for a touchdown. Holden, the opening drive summary.
8 plays, 83 yards, took 3 minutes, 18 seconds, and with that score, the Georgetown Eagles have scored a touchdown with every first drive of every game this season.
Wow. You got to like those numbers for your offense. Back deep for the Timberwolves on the far side is number 25 for the Timberwolves. That's someone not on the roster. And number 4, Noah Wallace on the near side. We'll verify it's 25. It is number 26 for the Timberwolves. And that is Jonah Johnson, the sophomore. The kick from Mashburn, short to the far side, fielded at the 25-yard line by the up man. Up, dances past the 30, outside towards the sideline, and then hit and dropped at about the 35-yard line. Returning the kick for the Timberwolves is number 41, Bennett Patton. And so Cedar Park with pretty good field position, Kelly, to open it up their first drive of the game, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
It's going to be really interesting to see how Cedar Park tries to attack this Georgetown defense with their number 1 running back out. No running. Yeah, they got
number 29 in the backfield.
Number 29 starting out the backfield is a sophomore, Lucas Villoria. He'll have 2 receivers left, 1 right, far side hash mark for the quarterback, David Cooper. So both players in the backfield, sophomores for the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Here on 1st and 10. In the shotgun, turn. Hand it to Villoria, and he's hit and dropped after a gain of 1. They'll give him, nope, they're not going to give him, can't tell if they're going to give him the 36 or 37-yard line. Looks to be a gain of maybe a half a yard. Villoria was hit and dropped, and it'll bring up 2nd and long for the Timberwolves.
Seth Warren, first play, immediately attacking the ball carrier, stopping it before that play could get going anywhere. And those edges are going to be critical tonight for the Georgetown defense.
1 receiver right, 1 left. Cooper stands in the backfield in a shotgun, clapping the hands, hands it off to Villoria. Right side, he finds a hole up past the 45. Before he's dropped there by Luke Colley, it's enough for a Cedar Park first down. Up to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. 7:52 in the first quarter, and the clock continues to run.
And that's what the T-Wolves are going to need. If they can establish a run game, then they can just run their regular offense. But if Georgetown can shut that down with the backup running back in there, that's going to be key for Cedar Park tonight.
Snap back to Cooper. Hands it to Villoria again. Comes left side, tackled quickly there after a gain of 3 into Georgetown territory at the 49-yard line. Got allergic to something up here in the booth all of a sudden. I apologize. So it'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Timberwolves. Villoria, the sophomore, running back, stays in the backfield with Cooper. And now 2 receivers left, 2 right for the Timberwolves on 2nd and 7. 7:05 left in the quarters. The clock runs. Villoria moves to the right side of Cooper. Snap back. Fake the handoff. Cooper looking. He's pressured. He's going to run, but he's going to be grabbed and stopped right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 1 and bring up 3rd and 8 now for the Timberwolves.
Luke Butch.
Luke Butch gets off the bottom of the pile there for Georgetown.
Nice job whenever Luke got in there and stopped that. I thought he had a running lane, but that running lane collapsed very quickly to hold it to a short gain. Now 3rd and long for the Timberwolves. I anticipate that we see a little bit more pressure tonight than we typically see. We saw a lot of blitzes last week against Lake Belton, which was a little uncharacteristic for this defense. So I think they're going to try to get after the quarterback.
3 receivers left, none right, as they're just on the Georgetown side of midfield. Now Villoria empties out of the backfield. Cooper, swing pass out to the left flat. It's incomplete. And that'll bring up a big 4th down now to Cedar Park. Punt it right towards the midfield stripe, and it looks like the punt team coming on for the Timberwolves. A good stand for this Georgetown offense on the first possession for Cedar Park.
While Cedar Park had the numbers out here, there were only 3 defenders on this side of the field, and when Valorian went into motion, that had them 4-3 out here, but the quarterback had that play called for that little swing pass. Not a very good pass, and now it's 4th down.
Back to punt goes Benjamin Ramos, the senior. Snap is back. He will get the punt away. A nice punt. It'll be allowed to land at about the 12. Takes a Georgetown bounce, then a Cedar Park bounce, and then it rolls sideways. It'll be downed by the Timberwolves at the Georgetown 12. And with 5:59 remaining here in the first quarter, Georgetown will get their second possession, leading 7-0 over Cedar Park.
Big stop for Georgetown. And talking to some friends that know this Cedar Park team, that's not the outcome that they needed. They need to turn this into a track meet and a scoring meet, and if they can't keep up, it's going to be a long night for Cedar Park.
McDougal brings out the Eagle offense here on their second possession. Xavier Warren, the lone man, split wide left. 2 receivers right. Davin Sedgwick joined by Regan Terosian. Here on the right side, Walker to the right of McDougal, near side hash mark. 1st and 10 for the 12-yard line. Clap of the hand, snap back to McDougal, handed off to Walker. Left side finds a hole, 15, 20, cuts outside to the number, stiff arm, up past the 25, lowers the shoulder, and run out of bounds up to the 29, make it at the 29-yard line. A big run there on 1st down. Gives Georgetown another borrow for Morrow, 1st down.
That's an example of what Georgetown can do with their offense because they can spread these defensive backs out, and now these guys are going one-on-one against a 6'2", 215-pound running back. That's a tough task for anybody.
Snap back, hand it to Walker, right up the middle, 30, 35, drives forward, 5 defenders before they stop his forward momentum, and he'll be stopped all the way up to the 38-yard line. The gate of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 for Georgetown. 5:35 left first quarter as the clock continues to run.
Offensive line's doing a good job of controlling the point of attack right there, and then whenever Jet got to that second level, they came and assisted him with a little push back there. Close to a 1st down, but that extra push gained that yardage, so it's 2nd and 1.
2 receivers right, 2 left, middle of the field on 2nd and 1. Walker to the left of McDougal. Now he'll empty out to the right side. McDougal in the empty backfield. Snap back, quick pass out in the flat. Xavier Warren at 38 gets a block from Walker up past the 40, almost to the 45 before he's pushed backwards. Blow the whistle on the stop of the forward momentum, but it'll be enough for another borrow for Morrow 1st down at the 44-yard line.
That's one of the things that I like that Xavier does. There's a lot of things I like, but one thing in particular is you rarely, if ever, see him turn that head before that ball gets there. Does very good at the elemental parts of this game as well as with his speed. Waits for the ball to get there and doesn't anticipate and try to start running early.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Sedgwick, the lone receiver right, 3 receivers left. Walker to the right of McDougal. Snap back, fake the handoff, swing pass out to the left flat. Ward, couple of blocks up past midfield into Cedar Park territory. Hit about the 45-yard line, maybe the 46. We'll see where they spot the ball here for Xavier Warren, but a big gain on 1st down. We'll bring up a short 2nd and maybe 1 for the Eagles at the 47-yard line of Cedar Park.
Xavier came up limping on that right leg just a little bit. He may have gotten that ankle twisted somewhat. Looks like he's going to be okay, but he is struggling just a little bit out here on this edge towards us.
1 receiver left. That's Sedgwick. 1 receiver right is Warren. McDougal has Walker to his right, far side hash mark. Snap back, handed off, Walker left side, gets outside the numbers. 45-40, runs over 2 men into the 34-yard line. He goes for another borrow for Morrow 1st down. Another big run for Jet Walker.
One of the good things that I like as well is these drives are chewing up that clock. We're down to almost 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and only the second drive for Georgetown.
Back to the line, handed off, Walker right up the middle, carries 2 defenders. A late guy jumps on the pile once Walker hits the ground, but he gains 3 on the carry, brings up 2nd and 7 now for the Eagles. 3:20 left on the clock. And that's a funny thing, Kelly. The referee, before the chain gang even got 20 yards down the field, he was winding the clock again.
Xavier just came off the field, and I don't think it was a play call that got him off that field. I think that ankle's bothering him just a little bit, so hopefully he can get it taped up and get back in this ball game.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Walker in the backfield to the right of McDougal, far side hash mark. Under 3 minutes remaining here on 2nd and 8. Snap back to McDougal. He's looking left, looking right. Got a man across the middle of the pass. Regan Tarosian makes a sliding catch inside the 10. First down for Georgetown. What a catch by Regan Tarosian.
Really good catch, ran a really good route, good throw by McDougal, but the key was that offensive line gave him all day long to run football.
And that was Braylon Westfall on the catch. I apologize. He went down. I thought it was a 5. It was the sophomore Braylon Westfall. And now we're inside the Graham & Sons red zone on a borrow for Morrow first down. Georgetown has it first and goal from the Cedar Park 7. 2 receivers right, none left. Walker to left to McDougal. Direct snap to Walker, right side. And he's hit immediately, but still drives forward up to the 5. Now it's the push from the Georgetown offensive line. They're going to mark him at the 6-yard line. So it's only going to be a gain of 1 to bring up second and goal for Georgetown.
Jet Walker not known for his passing game, but, man, Caleb McDougal was standing out there all by himself. And they've run that play a bunch this season. It wouldn't surprise me at some point if we see a throw out to McDougal whenever he goes out there because nobody went with him.
1 receiver right, 1 left on second and goal from the 6-yard line. 1:35 remaining here in the first quarter. The man in motion to the left, handed off. Walker right side. He'll be tackled for a loss back to about the 7-yard line. Make it to 8. And that'll bring up third and goal. No blocking out there, and a good read by the Cedar Park defense. And a big third down here for Georgetown from the 8-yard line of Cedar Park.
Just strange to hear you say Walker stopped for a loss, but the Cedar Park defense did a good job of fighting off their blocks and getting back there and not letting Jet get ahead of steam going.
Xavier Warren back on the field. He comes wide right. Sedgwick, the lone receiver, wide left. Walker to the left of McDougal. Near side hash mark on third and goal from the 8. Snap back to McDougal. He's looking right, going to throw one up to Warren. And some hand fighting there on the near side. And the pass falls incomplete. That'll bring up fourth and goal for the Eagles. And it looks like the field goal team coming on.
That's a big stop by Cedar Park to keep Georgetown out of the end zone right there. If they can hold them to a field goal here, a bit of a victory for the Cedar Park defense there. They get the ball back and try to get something going on offense and maintain and sustain a drive.
So the G-Town Lumber and Supply field goal attempt will come from the 15-yard line. A 25-yard field goal attempt for Christopher Mashburn from the near side hash mark. McDougal ready. The snap is back. The hold is down. The field goal attempt is up. And the field goal is good. 47 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown expands her lead to 10 to nothing over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Every first quarter this season is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
47 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Holden, the Eagles scoring drive summary.
That drive went 11 plays, petered out in the red zone, took 5 minutes, 2 seconds off the clock, and a rare red zone field goal for the Georgetown Eagles.
So the Georgetown Eagles lead it 10 to nothing over the Cedar Park Timberwolves as we get ready for the Syntec shirt and embroidery kickoff. Mashburn will tee it up at the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. Syntec shirt and embroidery, whether you need 1 or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Call 512-818-1012 or stop by 1911 North Austin Avenue in Georgetown. Mashburn will tee it up. Ramos back to field the kick alongside Jonah Johnson for the Timberwolves. Another high, short kick to the far side of the field, fielded at the 28-yard line, and then hit and dropped immediately by the Eagle kick coverage. What a play there for Georgetown. And that'll stop the Cedar Park Timberwolves offense a little bit deeper than last time. They'll set up at their own 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
On those kicks like that, Cedar Park's leaving the middle of the field just wide open. It'd be kind of cool to see him drop a short little kick right in there, go down, try to recover it.
I like the kick placement, though. That was nice.
So here comes David Cooper out for his second series with the Cedar Park offense. They stalled out right by midfield and forced the punt on their first possession. Will start 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. He has 2 receivers right, none left. Valoria, the sophomore running back in the backfield, offset to the left of Cooper. Now a man in motion to the left side. Cooper hands it to Valoria. Comes left, and he's hit up past the 30. Tackle made there by Cole Mitchell. They'll spot him down at about the 33-yard line, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 3 now for the Timberwolves.
They have had significantly more success on their first drive and now this first play of the second drive with the run game than they had the pass game, which is a little bit surprising, but their backup running back's doing a really good job of waiting patiently for the holes to open and then finding a seam and getting some positive yards.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Valoria to the right of Cooper. The snap back, hand it to Valoria. Right up the middle, cuts back to the right side. 35 up past the 40 and finally tackled by Luke Holly. Just short of the 45-yard line to the 44. It's a first down for Cedar Park. And that will end the first quarter here at John Gupton Stadium at the end of 1. Georgetown 10, Cedar Park 0. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back live here at John Gupton Stadium. We go to quarter number 2. Flip into the field, and Cedar Park has it 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Stay tuned. Special halftime guest, Principal Brian Johnson, will come up and join us in the booth at the halftime. Cooper in the backfield, snap back, hands it to Valoria, comes right side, hit by Cole Mitchell in the backfield. He'll fall forward to 45, make it the 46-yard line. A short gain of 2, brings up 2nd and 8. Nice play by the junior linebacker.
And he is flying off the edge. He's probably being told by the coaching staff, your job right now is the run game. Cedar Park has almost been exclusively run to start this because they know they have to establish something. They cannot be solely pass dimensional because this Georgetown Eagles defense excels against the pass.
2nd and 8 from the 46-yard line. Cooper, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Snap back to Cooper. He's blitzed, pressured. Now he's going to throw one up across the middle. Has a man into Georgetown territory at the 40. He's triple teamed and taken down there. But the mad scramble by Cooper, and he throws it up to number 7, Jamal Porter, for the first down. A big reception there for Cedar Park when the Eagles almost had the sack for a loss of 5 or 6, Holden.
I can't believe he didn't get sacked there. I mean, their defensive lineman was practically in his lap, but a great job extending the play, staying alive, and that offensive line recovered outside of that to find the open man.
Now into Georgetown territory, 1st and 10 at the 39, 10:55 remaining in the first half. 3 receivers right, 1 left for the Timberwolves as Cooper has Valoria offset to his right near the right side hash mark. Snap back, Valoria, no handoff, dump it out in the flat. Number 4 has a block, but he's tracked down from behind, and the tackle made by Andrew Urban up at about the 31-yard line. A nice gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2 now for the Timberwolves. The pass completed to number 4, Noah Wallace.
And they're doing a great job right now playing on all aspects of the field. Long, they're running the ball, throwing it to the short side, trying to keep this Eagles defense on their toes.
Quickly back to the line, man in motion to the right. Snap back to Cooper. He's going to throw right in the flat, man wide open. The catch made by number 7, Jamal Porter. And he'll have it up there for a first down inside the 25 down to the 23 of Georgetown for another 1st and 10. 10-10 left here in the first half.
And also, this Eagles offense, this Cedar Park offense is doing a great job staying ahead of the chains. They're getting consistent positive yardage, which allows them to play the style of offense that they want to play.
And I think you see that from the running game that they've been able to establish to loosen up that pass game some. And now on this drive, they have gotten as deep into Eagle territory as they've been all night long. Really positive drive so far for Cedar Park.
3 receivers left. Valoria to the right of Cooper, handed off to Valoria, right up the middle, and he drives forward up to about the 20-yard line. And they're going to finally blow the whistle now at the 18-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6. Bring up 2nd and 4 now for the Timberwolves. 9.5 minutes remaining in the half.
A lot of hats to the football, but on this drive, that defensive front has not been able to get penetration to stop these runs before they get going. And the Timberwolves are taking full advantage of that. Got a good, solid drive going right now. The defense for Georgetown is going to have to just buckle down and try to put a stop to this drive, hopefully hold Cedar Park to a field goal.
Now on 2nd and 6, the Wolves have a weird formation in the backfield. 2 different running backs and a receiver, with 1 receiver right, 1 left. Snap back to Cooper, hands it to Valoria, coming right side. He's tripped up inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. That's a gain of about 1 or 2 there. They'll make it maybe third and a long 3.
And speaking of that weird formation, James Dowd on the far side was only keying on the run there. So as that mesh point was happening, he was collapsing down, and his receiver was running free on the other side. So you got to hope the coaches saw that and telling him, hey, make sure you've got your guy.
3rd and 4, they're going to mark it from the 17-yard line of Georgetown. Big 3rd down here for the Eagle defense. Snap back to Cooper. He'll hand it off. Valoria, nope, keeps it left side. Up past the 10, spins off a tackle, and then stacked up and taken down inside the red zone at the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for the Timberwolves.
Coach Griffin talked about the athleticism of this quarterback, and you saw it right there. Good job on the play-action fake and keeping that ball, tucking it, and getting a good positive yardage down. 1st and goal now for Cedar Park. Really good-looking drive for the Timberwolves.
1st and goal from the 8 of Georgetown. Bunch formation with 1 receiver right, 1 left. Cooper now steps back, looks towards the near sideline. The down clock not working on either end, so unable to tell how close they're getting. They're taking their time, not huddling up, but not rushing back to the line. Snap back, handed off. Valoria right side, hit and dropped. Maybe gets the 7-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 2nd and goal for the Timberwolves. 7.5 minutes left here in the aesthetic dentistry of Georgetown, 2nd quarter.
This is what we talked about a little bit earlier with both these offenses. If you commit to stop the run, the pass is there. If you commit to stop the pass, the run is there. So one of these defenses is going to have to figure this out, or we're going to have a track meet tonight.
Cedar Park takes their time on the offensive side of the ball. Now just over 7 minutes remaining here in the half on 2nd and goal from the 7. Snap back, fake the handoff, pass in the flat. And it's a battle, and it's incomplete. Good defense there by Jaheim Dowd. And exactly right, Holden, he stayed with his man there, read that little short slant, and broke it up. It's incomplete, brings up 3rd and goal.
They've had one-on-one matchups outside essentially this whole drive because Georgetown's putting 9 guys in the box. You see them attack it right there, but an excellent man-to-man play by Jaheim Dowd.
Zane Claybrook was the intended receiver, but that pass broken up, and now 3 receivers right, 1 left for the Timberwolves. Gloria to the left of Cooper here on 3rd and goal from the 7. Clap of the hands now. They look back towards the near sideline to get the play call.
Both teams have been in no hurry to run their plays, and I think that's because that play clock is not going. So that's really running this game clock down.
Cooper gets the snap back, hands it to Valoria, left side. Gets stacked up just inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 3, and that'll bring up 4th and goal now for the Timberwolves from the Georgetown 3-yard line. 6:40 on the clock as it continues to run here in the first half, and it looks like a big package coming in for the Timberwolves.
That play call screams to me that this is 4-down territory, but if I were the coach, I would take the points and make this a one-possession game because you cannot afford to have this drive fail on 4th down and you're still down 2 scores.
They tried to sneak number 7 on the field undetected. Fortunately, one of the linebackers saw it, pointed to the corner, and told him to get out there. Maybe look to this right side of the offense for a 50-50 ball.
And here comes Coach Chuck Griffin running onto the field, and he'll take his first time out of the second half with 6:08 remaining in a 10-point lead. Georgetown football continues in a moment.
Kickoffs this season are sponsored by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery. At Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, we offer a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for gifts, schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Stop in today to browse what we have to offer and to ask about our custom apparel options. Whether you need 1 shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Ask about our military discounts as well. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock spirit apparel, or check out our website at www.syntexshirt.com.
The official outfitter of your Georgetown Eagles broadcast team with First Responder Broadcasting.
Back to action we go here at John Cupton Stadium. We're at the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth. Brought to you by JMTs. It's 4th and goal from the 3 for the Timberwolves. 2 men slide to the right. Snap back to Cooper. Fakes it. Throws out. Right flat. Touchdown for the Timberwolves. Number 31 on the catch. Logan Wickets makes the catch. And Cedar Park ran in a different package there on 4th and goal. We called the timeout. They came back with the same package and hit a man wide open in the flat for the touchdown.
A lot of misdirection on that play call, and it confused the Georgetown defense, and that young man with the long hair just standing there all by himself, uncontested into the end zone.
Attention to him, right, guys?
Absolutely. Left unattended, and now a chance to make it a 3-point ball game. Benjamin Ramos will take the extra point attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:04 remaining here in the first half. 10-7. Georgetown leads by 3. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Hey Georgetown, there's a new place to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it's on the beautiful square in downtown. It's Goldberger Diner. When you walk into this 50s style diner, you're greeted with a smile, greeted like your family. Sit at the counter, a table, or a booth and get ready for an old-fashioned dining experience like no other in Georgetown. Enjoy tasty breakfast or come later for a burger, chicken fried steak, or even the Southern classic liver and onions. There's so much to choose from. Goldberger Diner is located at 109 West 7th Street in downtown.
The Timberwolves respond with a touchdown drive of their own to cut it to 10-7 with 6:04 left here in the first half. And gentlemen, the defense, a different look they saw there in a couple of different plays. One, the biggest play of that drive for me is the one where you have your hands on the quarterback ready for a sack, and he gets away and throws it downfield for about 25-30 yards and a big first down.
That drive was the offense that we were expecting out of Cedar Park right now, and now they've got this running back nice and warmed up, so they're just going to run their offense like they typically do, and that's the offense that Coach Griffin talked about being such a problem for a defense.
Jaheim Dowd back on the near side for Georgetown, about the 10-yard line. The kick goes right down the middle. Xavier Warren's going to have a chance. Fields it at the 15, right up the middle. 20, 25, breaks free, 30, and they hold on to a T-shirt under his jersey and bring him down about the 32-yard line. A nice return, the first one we've seen for Xavier Warren in quite a long time, maybe this year. And Georgetown starts 1st and 10.
Their coverage man was hanging on for dear life. Fortunately for Cedar Park, Xavier wasn't able to get free from that, because if he could have, there was a lot of green turf in front of him, but good job there to keep it from going any farther than it did.
5:57 remaining here in the first half. Georgetown starts 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Jet Walker in the backfield. He'll be offset to the right of McDougal on the far side hash mark. Walker now empties out to the left side. McDougal flips it out. Right side, catch made. Makes a man miss up past the 40-yard line to the 41. It would be a gain of 8, bring up 2nd and 2. The completion to Xavier Warren.
Those swing passes out there, Georgetown loves running those, and it's basically an extension of the run game to an extent, but good job there, and they sent Walker in motion opposite side of where that play was going, and several players went that way with him.
Now 3 receivers left, none right. Far side hash mark. Walker to the left of McDougal. Clap of the hands, handed off. Walker cuts back to the left side, up past 45-50, runs over a man up to the 45 of Cedar Park. A big run there brings up a 1st and 10. The borrow from Morrow first down for your Georgetown Eagles.
When Jet figured out that defensive back had the angle on him, he just turned and went after the defensive back, who made a good tackle but paid a little bit for it because that big, strong guy coming at you, it's going to rattle the teeth.
They're going to mark him down at the 46. Go ahead.
Quick weather update, guys. The wind is really howling now out of the south, about 10 miles an hour, it feels like. It's really gusting down here.
1st and 10 for your Eagles at the 46 of Cedar Park. 4:45 left here in the first half. 2 men left, 1 right. Handed off in the backfield. Elijah Callaghan coming near side. He'll get up past the 45 to about the 43-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7 for the Eagles as the clock continues to run. Under 4.5 minutes left here in the first half.
The Eagles are in a situation that we've seen other teams playing against Georgetown in. They want this drive to remove some time off this clock so Cedar Park doesn't get the ball back because they start the second half with the football, and you don't want to give them an opportunity to put points on the board before the half.
2nd and 7 from the 43. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap back, McDougal hands it off to Walker, right side. Gets outside around the end, runs over a man at the 40 and falls forward. Enough for a borrow from Morrow. First down. What a run there by Jet Walker. Inside, they'll mark him down right at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
I think Dave probably heard a little prayer out there from that cornerback whenever he finds out he's one-on-one with Jet Walker on the edge. And you saw Jet Walker deliver the blow and gain more yardage after the attempted tackle out there.
He used the wind to advantage and fell from right to left across your screen.
1st and 10 from the 35. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Walker directly behind McDougal. Far side hash mark. Snap back, hand it to Walker. Left side, finds a hole, 35-30, and he'll be taken down inside the 25. The ball was on the ground. Walker hit the ground when the ball came out. It should stay with Georgetown, and I think the near side line judge is going to rule that. Walker hit the ground, then the ball squirted out. No signal here. It should be 1st and 10 for Georgetown at the 25-yard line. The officials will meet here on the near side. But the ball didn't pop out till Walker's arm hit the ground with it in his left hand is what it looked like to me.
It may have come out early.
And they're going to rule it 1st and 10 for Georgetown. A borrow for Morrow, first down.
Either way, it's going to be that's a monumental play because if that is a fumble, Cedar Park's now got the ball with a chance to take the lead before halftime.
Since we got a delay from here to YouTube, I watched the play. That ball may have come out early.
I think you're wrong. 1st and 10, Georgetown at the 25-yard line.
Wouldn't be the first time.
1 man right, 1 left. Now in the backfield for the Eagles is number 23, Callaghan. Clap of the hands, McDougal will hand it to Callaghan. Elijah hit in the backfield and dropped. Back to the 28-yard line, a loss of 3. Brings up 2nd and 13 now for Georgetown.
So I think you're in a spot at the field. You may take a bit of a shot here and see if you can make something happen. But again, that run game's been so effective, but Walker's still on the sideline.
And the one thing we talked about early in the ball game is using that pass game to open up the run game. We have not taken a shot downfield here in the first half. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Middle of the field. Snap back will come to McDougal. Standing about the 33. He'll swing it out in the flat. Catch made by Warren. 20, 15. Take it down inside the 15. Almost broke the tackle. He'll be down to about the 13-yard line. And that'll be a borrow from Morrow first down to the 12-yard line for Georgetown inside the Graham & Sons red zone.
That had to be a blown coverage assignment because there is absolutely no way you can leave Xavier Warren out there by himself like Cedar Park did on that play. Somebody had to blow coverage.
So the defensive player supposed to get him actually went on the inside slot slant because he thought that's where the quarterback was looking. Instead, ball goes right over him, wide open man.
First and 10 from the 12. Two receivers left, one right. Walker to the left to McDougal. Now the man in motion to the left. Turn, hand it to Walker. Left side, gets outside the numbers, cuts back inside the 10. 5, spins out of a tackle and be taken down at the 4-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd and 2 now for the Eagles. 1:45 left first half. The clock continues to run.
They're probably going to use as much as they can here because, like Kelly was talking about, they don't want Cedar Park to have an opportunity to score before halftime.
And I'm a little bit surprised. I thought Cedar Park may take a timeout. I think their coaches were actually talking about it, try to save some of this clock and try to put some points on the board before the half, but they're obviously not taking that timeout.
The Eagles have it 2nd and 2 from the 4. Mylock in motion to the left, turn. Hand it to Walker, left side. Hits a pile, spins off it, falls forward, and they'll spot him down at the 3-yard line. It'll be a gain of 1, and that'll bring up 3rd and 1. 1 minute left here in the first half as the clock continues to run.
And that might be the ideal scenario there for Georgetown because you get another play to drain the clock.
Now here comes a big package in for Georgetown. Luke Butch on the field here on 3rd and 1. 45 seconds left as the clock continues to count down.
What's really interesting is that the play clock is down, so we don't know how much time next you have to snap it.
Snap back to Walker. He'll go forward, and now a whistle comes in.
Timeout.
And it's a last-second timeout called by the Cedar Park Timberwolves with 35 seconds remaining here in the first half. We'll take it with them when we come back. 3rd and 1 for your Eagles from the 3. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back out of the timeout. We're here in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMT's. 3rd and 1 for your Georgetown Eagles. Coming to you live from the John Gupton Stadium here in Cedar Park, Texas. Georgetown 10, Cedar Park 7. 35 seconds remaining first half. Georgetown 3rd and 1 from the Cedar Park 3. The big package in. Jet Walker in the backfield. Snap back to Jet. He follows Luke Butch right side into, no, they're going to whistle him down at the 1-yard line. So Georgetown will have it 1st and goal from inside the 1-yard line. 31 seconds remaining here in the first half. Walker back in. He's going to have the big package again. The Eagles are going to take their time here. The clock continues to run. 25 seconds remaining. The clock running. Georgetown still in the huddle. They'll break it here. The big package. Snap to Walker. Nope. Another timeout called by Cedar Park. And here we go. We're going to make the last 30 seconds of this one last 30 minutes. Georgetown timeout. Eagles football continues in a moment.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoors enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. There's a large selection of hunting and fly fishing supplies for the beginner, all the way up to the experienced outdoor folks. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoor outfitter with high-quality supplies and services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what there is to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, or check out the website at www.rrpgtx.com.
Back here live, John Gupton Stadium. We're in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth. The Eagles will huddle up. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Trying to punch it in right before the half. 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Cedar Park will get the opening kickoff of the second half. Snap back, Jet Walker. He'll follow, jumps over the pile. They're going to whistle him. Touchdown, Georgetown. It was a delayed call, but with 11 seconds left, Georgetown puts it on the board and takes the lead up to 9 now, 16-7. Jet Walker, another touchdown on the year. And Georgetown did a great job there of taking that drive you're talking about, Holden, of eating up that clock, not letting Cedar Park get another possession before the halftime. And I think you got it as close as you could get it with 11 seconds remaining. The G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt will come off the foot of Christopher Mashburn. Hometown service like none other. G-Town Lumber and Supply. McDougal to hold. He'll sit it down right on the 10-yard line, middle of the field. Snaps back. The kick is up. The extra point is good. 11 seconds remaining here in the first half, and Georgetown leads it by 10, 17-7. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast Booth is brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
Yeah. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper, this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking bake.
Coming back, Royalty Holden, the Georgetown Eagle drive summary.
That last drive went 11 plays, 68 yards, 5 minutes, 53 seconds off the clock, and we've seen 3 5-minute drives here today. As you probably noticed, this first half has withered away quickly.
11 seconds remaining in the half as we get ready for the Syntex shirt and embroidery kickoff. As Christopher Mashburn lines up to kick it away, and he'll boot it to the far side. Kick will be received at about the 20-yard line, coming near side towards the middle of the field, up past the 25, and then popped and dropped. Here comes a flag in late from about the 45 of Georgetown. May have to check the rotator cuff of that official. He threw that one about 35 yards in the air on the penalty, so we'll see what that call is going to be.
Throwing hand grenades.
And he's going to call a hold on the Timberwolves. So instead of having it 1st and 10 at about the 28-yard line, that'll back them up, and it'll be 5 seconds remaining in the half. And Cedar Park will have it 1st and 10 inside their own 20. I just figured they're going to probably just take a knee, go to the half, and come back for the opening kickoff of the third quarter. But we'll see what they do here. They've huddled up on the near sideline. It'll be spotted at their own 18-yard line for their first down.
And Georgetown obviously taking no risks here. We've got 3 guys at the 50. They're not playing any games.
I think they ought to take a shot deep so we can have pick 6.
I agree. I just don't think Coach Quintero.
That's my preference. Of course, it is a Georgetown broadcast, so there you go.
Hang it up there into the wind, guys.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Valoria to the left of Cooper. Turn, hand it to him right up the middle. He goes to about the 20, make it the 22 to 23-yard line. And that's where the first half will come to an end. 17-7, Georgetown leads it over the Timberwolves. Quick timeout. We'll be back and bring you the Georgettes and the Georgetown Marching Band. And after that, a special visit with the principal, Brian Johnson, here live on the SHN Sports Network. We'll be right back. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Attention Georgetown Eagle football fans. Blair Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgage is your local lender, conveniently located on the square in downtown Georgetown. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey, whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling out equity for debt consolidation or home improvements. We do it all, and we're dedicated to making your dreams a reality. When you think mortgage, think local. Think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership. Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Brightside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Brightside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Brightside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Brightside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Brightside and stay a while.
And we welcome you back to John Gupton Stadium in Leander, Texas for the halftime of the Georgetown Eagles versus Cedar Park Timberwolves. At the half, Your Georgetown Eagles are leading the Timberwolves 17-7. We're going to bring you the Georgetown Eagle Marching Band and Georgettes. Let you enjoy that, and then a special visit with Principal Johnson. We appreciate you tuning in here to First Responder Broadcasts presentation of Georgetown Eagle football on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. Stick with us. More Georgetown football after the half.
It is with the greatest of pleasure that I introduce you to the award-winning Sweethearts of Georgetown, the Georgettes. The Georgette officers are Lieutenant Ella Riska, Lieutenant Trinity Eaton, Lieutenant Maddie Stillman, and in this center, your 2024-2025 Georgette Captain Miss Abby Cole. The Georgette Socials are Abby Jones, Bradley McLean, and JJ Rosarelli. Social Butterfly is Eleanor Hines. Officer's Choice is Ashley Morris. And the Georgette of the Week is Abby Jones. And now, watch the Georgettes as they perform a jive streamer routine to the smash hit Everybody Talks. The Georgettes would like to thank their dance officers. Thank you, officers. It is with the greatest of pleasure that I introduce you. Sorry. I asked my friends now for the first time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The Georgettes are under the direction of Mrs. Crystal Rafferty. As the Eagle Band and Color Guard takes the field, they would like to thank their booster boards for their countless hours of hard work and tremendous support. The band is out on the field by John Majors, Nathan Akers, Zoe Christie, and Ian McAllister. North 2024-2025 Color Guard Captain is Hannah Khan. Lieutenant is Shaylin Walsh, and Sergeant is Lily Eden. Brass Captain Head is Ian McAllister. Woodwind Captain Head is Izzy Lester. Percussion Captain Head is Adeline Jansen. Please help us celebrate our members of the week. Please congratulate the Color Guard Officer's Choice, Mr. Flores. Brass Member of the Week, Maya Racines Marquez. Woodwind Member of the Week, Valerie Gonzalez. Valerie Member of the Week, Arias Megan. And Front Ensemble Member of the Week, Ian McCartney. The Eagle Band section of the week is the Low Reed. And finally, our Eagle Band parents of the week are Jamie Kitchen and Kimberly Pierce. Thank you, ladies. The band would like to dedicate tonight's performance to all those in attendance who have or are currently serving our nation in the armed forces. Thank you for your sacrifice and service. The Georgetown High School Eagle Marching Band and Color Guard will now perform the 2024 competition show, The Land of Sweet Dreams. The Eagle Band will be competing at U.S. Band Central Texas Championship on Saturday at Kelly Reeves Athletic Complex. The band performs at 2 p.m. for prelims, so please come and support your Eagle Band. The Land of Sweet Dreams is an homage to the classic board game Candyland. You will see and hear sweet sights and sounds that will evoke images and feelings of the game. The Land of Sweet Dreams features soloists Lily Rogers, Nathan Maker, Izzy Vester, Stevie Carlson, and Max Kilmade. directors of the Georgetown High School Eagle Marching Band are Justin Smith and Amy Bennett. Director of percussion is Jed Lee.
At Mesquite Creek Outfitters, located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas, we bring community together in a casual environment to share the love of gear, great drinks, and friendship. Enjoy our light menu, a beverage, and shop our great selection of men's and women's clothing and gear. Also, check out our website for MCO Grocery Company and have fresh groceries delivered directly to your doorstep. Visit the Mesquite Creek site at www.mesquitecreekoutfitters.com or stop in and say hello. MCO is a proud sponsor of this year's Georgetown Eagle football broadcast, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting.
We're back live here at John Gupton Stadium. We're in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. And myself and Kelly Duvall join you now live at halftime with Principal Brian Johnson. Principal Johnson, thanks for coming in and joining us tonight. It's super enjoy the opportunity. I get to see you around the campus a lot at all the sports and everything, but to catch you and corral you for a time to chat about the state of the school and what's going on. Thanks for coming in and joining us tonight.
It's good to be here, Wally. Man, I'm so grateful for the whole SHN team, everybody up here in the booth, the guys down on the field. What you guys do for our kids and our programs, the exposure, we're so grateful for everything that you guys do. And I know, the grandparents at home watching on SHN Live online and stuff are grateful too. So thank y'all for what you do for us.
Absolutely. I think we love being around. I think what, we talk about it a lot, about these kids and this school and all the support that they get from within the school, from the parents and the community. But when you have such a good school and such good kids that are respectful, that are hardworking, that we just enjoy to be around them and highlight all the activities and the accolades that they continue to achieve. And it's just fun to watch the fact that you can go from band to choir to dance to cheer to anything. Then you go to the sports right now. Volleyball is starting their run in the playoffs. The basketball season starting off this week with the girls with a big win at home. It's just a great time to be a Georgetown Eagle, and it's so fun to highlight that with these student athletes.
It is. We have been riding a high for about 5 years now that has just been so much fun. We've had top 10 Lone Star Cup finishes every year, won the Brazil Cup from the Austin American Statesman the last 2 years. I mean, it has been such a fun time to be an Eagle right now, and I don't think we show any signs of slowing down.
How important are these extracurricular activities for these kids to be involved in? Because there's so many kids at Georgetown High School involved in those activities. Talk to us about the importance of the involvement in that learning process.
Man, it's huge. It's a huge, huge part of what we do. All of our extracurriculars, everything from athletics to band, choir, your performing arts, even like the CTE programs like FFA, these students learn so much from being a part of these activities. They learn, what it means to be a member of a team and what it means to have somebody else's back and working for something that's greater than just yourself. All of those soft skills that we want kids to go out into the workforce with and go out into the college with, they learn those things from being members of extracurricular activities. And the other thing they get is just exposure to more. They get exposure to more people. Like one of my favorite things to do, actually, like a lot of times when the band is out here marching at halftime, a lot of people are watching the band. I'm watching the band director. If you ever just sit back and watch the band director direct our band, he does that with so much passion and so much joy. If you ever go to a choir concert, just take your eyes off the kids for a minute and watch that choir director. Everything that they do with just so much joy, so much passion, so much excitement. And I think our kids are lucky to have those adults in their lives as well.
We talk a lot with the coaching staffs here through football, through basketball, through baseball, through volleyball. Coach Griffin, the big conversation this year has been the fact that he had to hire 6 coaches. Yep. And the fact that he continues to bring in just great coaches, great people, great leaders. and then revert to the leadership of this high school, you and your staff. I got a chance to golf with Principal Brandstetter during the golf tournament for the baseball booster club, and to visit with him that whole round and talk about the leadership and the quality that you and the leadership bring to this school. How do you guys continue that at Georgetown on such a level that can bring in the best teachers, the best staff, the best employees to continue to provide such an opportunity for these students?
Yeah, I think, it helps. I'm not going to lie. It helps when you have, a top 5 Lone Star Cup finish, when you're a Brazil Cup champion for 2 years in a row. I mean, that's a natural draw for people that want to be a part of something special, something that's obviously special looking in from the outside. But people, the teachers and the coaches and the sponsors that are in front of kids every day, they are the true heartbeat of that school. They're the ones on the front lines interacting with kids all day, every day. And we put a tremendous amount of emphasis on making sure that we find the right people.
The buy-in that these students seem to have at the school, involved with the staff, involved with the leadership, involved with the coaches, it just seems like it's second to none from anywhere I've been with my kids that were in school at one point, to all the growing up in schools with my mom as a teacher. The buy-in from these students, the pride in their school, the pride in their activities, the pride in their other classmates when they perform. The other night at the volleyball game against Weiss, when the football team came back in from the band trip and just set a tone. Talk about – we got to talk about him. Principal Brandstetter in this Eagle outfit.
I don't know where that came from. It was what?
He came out at the volleyball game Tuesday.
So we were excited about that game, right? And we knew it was going to be a big game, and so we, the principals, we got together with the volleyball booster club and said, hey, we'll tell the kids we'll give out free hamburgers and hot dogs. So all the principals showed up about an hour before the game. We all cooked hamburgers and hot dogs. But, and that was a really, really big game. But we also had a home football game that night, And so we kind of had to divide and conquer. At one point, I looked at Mr. Brandstetter in the first set, and I said, do you want to stay in here or do you want to go out to the football game? And he said, oh, I'm staying in here. Like, no hesitation, And next thing I know, I'm getting a text message that we won the volleyball game, and Mr. Brandstetter is running out onto the football field still with this Eagle costume. I have no idea where that thing came. I think a parent just had it and gave it to him or something, but he's now the official Eagle mascot of the Georgetown High School volleyball team.
Tuesday night, he had it on for the playoff game against Lhasa over at Cedar Ridge High School, and it's just that's fun. You see the kids see the leadership getting involved and being supportive, and it's fun to see Principal Brandstetter running around and flapping around like a.
Yeah, he'll be in LaGrange tomorrow night. I told him to clear his calendar for volleyball playoffs. So
back in my log cabin school 100 years ago, seems like. The staff of the school wasn't as highly involved as it seems that the staffs are now beyond what happens during the school day. Mm-hmm. How important is that for you and the faculty and staff at Georgetown High School to make your presence known and let these kids know you're supporting all their hard work?
It's very important, and it's actually something that we talk about, when we're interviewing teachers that are potential candidates and things like that. I'll sometimes ask the question in the interview, especially for teachers who are coming to us with a little bit of experience at another school. I'll just ask them, what's the last school activity you attended, And if they tell me, oh, I went to this, I went to this, I went to this, I love being around my kids, I love seeing them, in a different environment outside the classroom, that's a big, big plus for us,
Well, and it's interesting that's one of the things that you look for, because the involvement in the learning process for these kids goes beyond what those teachers are doing in the classroom. They're doing a phenomenal job there in the classroom under some difficult circumstances at times. I'm fascinated that you brought that up as kind of a job requirement to be a teacher at Georgetown High School.
I don't go quite into this detail with just when I'm hiring classroom teachers and stuff, but when I'm hiring someone for a leadership position of some kind, before I offer them the job, I say to them every time, I want you to know that coming to work at Georgetown High School, you're not taking a job, you're making a lifestyle choice. And you got to be all in for who we are and what we do for these kids, and you got to be present, you got to be visible. It's a lifestyle choice coming to work here. And I'm up front with that before I offer the job, so that if they accept it, they know what they're getting into.
Think twice before you say yes, because a lot of expectations, and the kids come to expect that. They come to expect to see that leadership and the staff out there supporting them and being there right beside them as they cheer on their friends and classmates and as they participate. I got the chance to interview Addie Guido after the win over Weiss, the first go-around on October 22nd when the football team came back in, and she said – they don't know how big that was for us and the level of excitement that it changed and the momentum to take that fifth-set win. And they love the support of their fellow classmates, but then of the school teachers, the leadership, and everyone associated. So we enjoy being a part of it and seeing that, because it just makes it that much more fun to highlight these kids and bring their accolades out to the public and to the families that aren't here to enjoy it with them. Let's take a quick time out. We'll let Principal Johnson get back to his man, he has the preem seats over there on the sideline. He can roam where he wants. But Principal Johnson, thanks so much for taking the time and talking to us. We appreciate it and look forward to it each and every time we get a chance to visit with you. And so
thank you, guys.
We'll take a quick time out. We come back. It's Halftime Stats with Holden right here on the SHN Sports Network.
Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast Booth is brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
We welcome you to the First Responder Broadcasting presentation of Georgetown football on the SHN Sports YouTube channel. It's time for Halftime Stats with Holden, brought to you by Graham and Sons Farm and Livestock. Holden, what's the halftime stats look like?
For the first time in probably 5-6 weeks now, there's not a lot of them because there wasn't a lot of game out there. The clock ran practically nonstop through the first and second quarter, but overall, pretty similar passing numbers as far as attempts and completions. Georgetown has 9 out of 10. Cedar Park has 4 of 6. Georgetown's been more effective. They have 103 passing yards. Cedar Park has 34, but they do have that touchdown, that 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. A little dump off to the fullback for the score. Rushing yards, we see a pretty heavy lean to Georgetown. 19 attempts, 132 on the ground, 2 scores, whereas Cedar Park has 13 for 60. 4.6 average is probably the highest I've seen in about 4 weeks. Usually Georgetown's opponents have come into the halftime with 2 yards a carry, 1.5 yards a carry. So Cedar Park's been executing pretty well, in particular because they're missing their top 2 running backs. We had a question mark coming into this game. How well would they run the ball? They're doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Holden, any special messages tonight?
I have one. My mom's birthday is tomorrow. And I believe if everything's going to plan, she's watching this at Camp Brightside right now. So I have to give a shout out to you. You're the best mom anyone could ever ask for. And I love you. And thank you for all your support you give me throughout I'm practically 20 now. So throughout all my years, I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. And can never thank you enough.
Patty. We love Patty, Miss Patty. Happy birthday, Miss Patty. We enjoy it. Let's recap quickly where we at with Jet Walker's run to 2,000 yards.
So far in tonight's game, Jet Walker's got the ball 16 times for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. I believe that puts him at about 124 yards away from 2,000. So he could feasibly get it. He had that number in the first half, but it's really going to come down to how many possessions do both sides get. I believe Cedar Park had 2 in that first half. We had 3. So if we don't see the ball a lot, we might not see that number. But if the score holds, that's what matters the most, getting the W.
Let's take a quick time out. We'll have another commercial, and we'll try to get Coach with Dave here at the halftime before we start the second half. Quick time out. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Holden's first half stats in the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham and Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown football. Eagle fight never dies.
Halftime show is brought to you by Blair Hogue, a Fairway Mortgage. Contact Blair Hogue with the Hogue team, a Fairway Independent Mortgage for all your lending needs. Visit the website at blair.hogue at fairwaymc.com or give him a call, 512-717-9912. Halftime stats with Holden brought to you, of course, by Graham & Sons Farm and Livestock, and maybe the best preparer and deliverer of a great barbecue. We always look forward to home football games because you just never know the surprise coming into the booth. We get ready for the second half. Cedar Park will receive the opening kickoff, trailing by 10. Georgetown leads it 17-7 here at the half. And a battle. You didn't know what to expect. Cedar Park, not the same Cedar Park that you're used to, but still the Cedar Park Timberwolves that you need to be respectful of and mindful of that could still play good football.
And I think this Cedar Park defense is excited about that first half, holding Georgetown to 17 points, which I believe is their lowest point total in the first half, staying in this ball game. And Georgetown has had a bunch of blowouts this season. This is obviously not one of those. So a tip of the cap to the Cedar Park defense in keeping this Georgetown offense somewhat in check this evening.
The Georgetown kickoff team will come out. Christopher Mashburn will set up to kick it away for the Georgetown Eagles. Syntex Shirt and Embroidery brings you the kickoffs here for Georgetown Eagle football, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. Whether you need one shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Call 512-818-1012 or stop by 1911 North Austin Avenue in Georgetown. www.syntexshirt.com as we get ready for the Graham & Sons Farm and Livestock third quarter. What changes, Kelly, do the Eagles make, or what do they do to kind of try to secure and lock up this district title here in the second half?
Even though we haven't seen the yardage in the first half that we typically see out of Georgetown, I think most of that is because the limited number of possessions that they have. I think they stick with a similar game plan here in the second half and try to just chew this clock up and keep the ball out of the hands of Cedar Park Timberwolves if they can. On defense, you know they had a conversation about that run game and closing down that run game a little better, so we'll see if they can accomplish that in the second half.
Holden, your thoughts, what the Eagles do here to chew, any changes made, or what they do to try to secure a win here over Cedar Park?
Offensively, I would start trying to call some shot plays down the field. We didn't see a lot of big explosive plays from this offense, which we've kind of grown accustomed to over the last few weeks. I would try to get some big plays, run up the score a little bit early, try to put this game out of reach.
Mashburn will kick it off. Short kick, fielded on the far side at the 32-yard line, up past the 35, and then hit and taken down behind the 35-yard line. We'll see where they spot him at. It looks like they're going to spot him back at the 34-yard line. So Cedar Park will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line with 11:54 left here in the third quarter, trailing 17-7 to your Georgetown Eagles.
We talked about Jet Walker's yards, but Caleb McDougal, has he gotten to the 2,000-yard mark yet?
Not yet. I believe he needs about, 80 more yards, I believe.
Where's he at right now?
He's got 103 yards. I think it's about 80-ish he needs.
75, 80 yards short of a 2,000-yard season as well. The Timberwolf offense will come out. Valoria will stand just to the left of the quarterback, Cooper, for the Timberwolves. He'll have two receivers, right, two left from the far side hash mark. 1st and 10 at their own 34. Snap back, fake the handoff, pass out, left flat, wide open. Number 7, Jamal Porter, hits the sideline, and he's taken down up about the 45, make it the 46-yard line, and up for a Timberwolf first down.
A little bit different look on the first play from scrimmage for the Timberwolves. If you remember at the beginning of the game, it was run. Now they come out with a pass on the first play.
Back to the line quickly they go. 1st and 10 from the 46. Cooper's going to roll out to the left. Being chased here by Turberville, throws it up, and it's caught on the far side. Noah Wallace with the catch. He'll be taken down inside the Georgetown 30-yard line. The helmet comes off, but it'll be enough for a Timberwolf first down at the 28 of Georgetown.
a lot of coaches will map out their first 20 or so plays in a game. It kind of looks like that for Cedar Park here in the second half, and they're now really attacking this pass defense of the Georgetown Eagles.
1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. 11:20 left here in the third quarter from the far side hash mark. One receiver right, one receiver left. Double tight ends on either side of the line. Valoria to the left of Cooper. Snap back to Cooper, handed to Valoria. He's hit and dropped for a loss back to the 30-yard line. That'll be a loss of 2 and bring up 2nd and 12 for the Timberwolves.
First one in there on that play was Andrew Urban coming in and stopping that play. Got a little help from his friends with the white hats on, but good job of stuffing that run. Now this defense really has to buckle down and see if they can stop this drive before more points are put on the board.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Valoria to the left of Cooper. Far side hash mark on 2nd and 12. False start by Noah Wallace, the receiver on the far side. That'll back him up 5 more yards.
Is that their first penalty of the game?
I believe so.
I have them as 2 penalties for 15 yards tonight.
The holding on the kick return.
Yeah. Not a lot of penalties in this game. Fairly clean game, but this is a big penalty here to take it back to 2nd and long now for Cedar Park, and those are the penalties that just drive coaches crazy.
2nd and 17, back from about the 35-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Cooper fakes the handoff, looking left. He's going to throw one up. Left side, he hangs it up. Jaheim down. Oh, one-handed, unable to make the interception in the end zone. It goes incomplete and brings up 3rd and 17. Jaheim Dowd, good coverage there as they were trying to hit Jamal Porter on the long bomb.
You kind of hesitate to talk about this being a huge 3rd down this early in the second half, but this is really a big 3rd down for Cedar Park. Their first drive of at the beginning of the game came away with no points. They can't really afford to come away with no points on this drive.
3 receivers left. On 3rd and 17, Jamal Porter empties out of the backfield. Cooper looking to get rid of it. He's pressured, got a dance, throws it out in the flat, catch made, and hit immediately at the 35-yard line. It'll be no gain on that, and it'll bring up 4th and 17 now for the Timberwolves. A good play by the defense to cover up quickly. The throw was to number 26, Jonah Johnson, the sophomore, and that'll bring out the punt team for the Timberwolves.
Punt team comes out. And I think that's a result of not getting any yardage, actually losing a yard on that play. If they can get 6 or 7 yards on that, they're obviously going to go for it on 4th down here. I wouldn't be surprised if they try a little trickeration here.
Benjamin Ramos back. He'll get it at the 50-yard line, and he'll get the punt away, and it's a beauty for Georgetown. It's going to land a yard deep into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback for the Georgetown Eagles. 1st and 10, Georgetown will take over at their 20 with 9:39 left here in the third quarter and a 10-point lead, 17-7. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Holden's first half stats in the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the first responder broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown football. Eagle fight never dies.
1st and 10, the snap back to McDougal. Low snap, he'll pick it up, and he's going to run with it left side, 25, outside the numbers, and tripped up just before he got outside, was about to head for a first down at the 30, but comes down short at the 27-yard line. A great job there. He got the low snap, doesn't try to force the handoff to Walker. The defense had collapsed, and McDougal kept it for a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
When he got that snap, I was afraid he was going to have his knee down and chalk that up as a sack, but he tried to do his best Xavier Worthy and turn the speed on. Not quite as fast as Xavier.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Turn from McDougal, fake the handoff. He's looking out in the flat, hits Xavier Warren. Catch made up past the 30, 35, up to about the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him down just inside the 40 at the 38, but enough for a borrow for Morrow first down.
Ramos thought he may have been able to get a pick, but he went for the pick and missed it, and that's why there was such a big gain on that pass play.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 38. 8:45 remaining as the clock continues to run here in the third quarter. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Walker to the left of McDougal. Near side hash mark. McDougal gets the snap back, looks left, throws it left in the flat. Catch made by Westfall. Makes a man miss, puts a hand down, cuts back outside, gets a block outside the 40, 45 to the 50, and into Cedar Park territory down to the 46-yard line. Another job by this wide receiver core for Georgetown of blocking downfield. Westfall on a big carry.
That was a really good play by Westfall out there, and he put that foot on the ground and made a turn. I hit Regan Terosian, but that was Westfall.
1st and 10 on the Borrow for Morrow first down into Cedar Park territory. One receiver right, one left. Snap back. McDougal hands it to Walker right up the middle. 40, 35, 30. He's off to the races. 10, 5. Touchdown, Georgetown. Jet Walker to the house.
What a great run. And we saw Jet's patience. He waited for that hole to open. The receiver routes drug the backfield out of the middle of the field, and it was wide open. Once he got to that second level, nobody's catching him.
23-7, Georgetown leads it as they line up for this G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt. Hometown service like none other. It's G-Town Lumber and Supply. McDougal to set the hold down right at the middle of the 10-yard line. Christopher Mashburn, the senior, ready to go. Snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and the extra point is good. 8:21 remaining third quarter. Georgetown leads it 24-7 over Cedar Park. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Our first down sponsor this season is Borrow from Morrow. Borrow from Morrow. Our team is dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. We do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including our handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from an experienced loan officer. Our loan officers understand the local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember, Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS 464148.
Live here at John Gepton Stadium inside the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMT's. Holden, another Georgetown scoring drive summary.
That last one, 4 plays, 80 yards, took 1:05 off the clock, and we're really seeing the effect now of those passes to the far sides. It's spreading this defense out, forcing them to respect the quick throws, and right there, just a simple halfback dive up the middle, but the safeties had vacated, so there's nobody who's going to catch that Walker in a foot race. Probably one of the easiest touchdowns of the season.
78 yards away for Jet Walker from 2,000 on the season.
Unofficially.
Officially unofficial by the Georgetown first responder broadcast team. But we're pretty darn close.
We've got the best statistician on the planet.
What? I'm just joking. Absolutely. The kickoff brought to you by Syntex Shirt and Embroider. A high kickoff, short, right side, fielded at the 29-yard line. Dances around, gets in between two defenders, and falls forward to about the 33-yard line. And a good job by one of the Eagle defenders. I think it was Seth Warner, Tennyson Dean.
That's number 33, Eli Duncan. That's the second consecutive kickoff return that he has been in on the tackle, and Rockmore was in on the tackle on the last kickoff.
But a good job there. One of the players got locked up with the Cedar Park player, like the extra activity there, and Tennyson Dean went in and broke it up. Good job to keep from a needless 15-yard penalty.
Wally, the Lake Belton Broncos are in a Thursday night dogfight with the Chaparral Bobcats. It's 14-7 at the half. Kind of a surprising score there.
Wow. Cedar Park has it, 8:17 remaining, trailing 24-7. Cooper gets a snap back. Fake the handoff, swing it out in the flat. The catch made, break it out near his side. The tackle made by Jaheim Dowd, but not before a first down by the Timberwolves up to the 48-yard line.
And this is a play they've run a lot today. It's kind of a pick. It's an outside slant and a slot bubble, and the slant washes away the cornerback and gets that quick throw wide open.
Jaheim slipped on the break towards the football, or he may have had an interception.
Hand it to Valoria, comes near side, and he's dropped, no gain at the 48-yard line. Good job there by the Eagle defense. Chance Kelly in on the tackle along with Dylan Turbeville. Seth Warren on that tackle. I apologize. On that tackle with Dylan Turbeville. 2nd and 10 for the Timberwolves from the near side. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Cooper, a clap of the hands. Now we'll look near side to get the play call. Laurie is set up to his right side here for the Timberwolves. 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Snap back, fake the handoff. He's looking long. Cooper being pressured, going to have to scramble. Throws it up, man-to-man coverage. It's a deep throw, and it's incomplete. Good job on the pass coverage there by number 3, Luke Colley. He was in a man-to-man situation with Bowen Travis, the senior wide receiver. And the incompletion brings up 3rd and 10 now for the Eagles.
Great play on defense out there on the edge. And he got beat a little bit. The ball slightly underthrown, so able to make the play on the ball. Another big 3rd down for Cedar Park.
And it costly there, the pressure being applied by the defensive line to Cooper, unable to really set his feet and get a good throw on it. Snap back on 3rd and 10. He rolls out right. Now he cuts back left, sets his feet, scrambles forward, throws it, picked off. Interception, Georgetown coming near his side. Cut back middle of the field. Cooper Werchin on the interception. Skips over, man. It's taken down right at the midfield stripe. And Georgetown's defense does the job. They get the ball back for Georgetown with 7:08 left here in the third quarter.
What a great play. And there's several Georgetown players that had the opportunity to go for that pick, but Cooper was the one that came up with it.
And, I've been watching some of these dink and duck passes around the field, and you had that feeling one of these balls is going to get picked off very soon.
A great job by this defensive line, this linebacking core. The pressure being put on David Cooper, the sophomore, forcing him to not be able to get comfortable in the pocket. He's having to throw on the run. That time charging up towards the line of scrimmage. Kelly comes to a set to try to not go past the line of scrimmage. Throws it up. Cooper Werchin with the INT. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at midfield. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Far side hash mark, snap back, hand it to Walker, comes right side, cuts back left side, up the middle past the 45 to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 4 for Georgetown.
Nice play there, good job, and the clock continues to run. The Cedar Park defense absolutely has to make a stop here and keep Georgetown out of the end zone, or this game is going to be approaching out of reach.
Back to the line, 2 receivers left, 1 right. McDougal, a clap of the hand, snap back, fakes the handoff. He's looking, has time, now scrambles to his left, being pressured, and it's going to come up incomplete as McDougal was taken down in the backfield. Pressure applied by number 31 for the Timberwolves, Logan Wickets.
And that was a great job by the defense, forcing McDougal to scramble opposite of the play action. Everything was flowing to the right side, and McDougal was forced to go left, so there wasn't a ton of options down the field for him to create and extend and make a play.
I thought he was going to get rid of the ball a little quicker, but Regan Tarosian came open down there, and that's who he was trying to go to with that ball. Held on to it just a little bit too long, got rid of it, but took a big hit.
3rd and 4 from the 44 of Cedar Park. Empty backfield. A clap of the hands. McDougal, quick swing out to Sedgwick. He's hit and dropped, but a flag comes in here, and McDougal slow getting up. This is going to be roughing the quarterback. Caleb McDougal comes up gingerly, and this is going to be a roughing the passer and a big stop. Would have been had by the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and I think they're calling roughing because he went low and hit him around the ankles. We saw Caleb jump up and limp a little bit. Now he's being kind enough to hand the referee his flag back. He should have spit on it. but that's why that penalty came in. It wasn't a late hit, but it was a low hit. You can't go low on the quarterbacks like that when they're in the pocket.
So the roughing the passer, instead of it being 4th down for the Timberwolf defense and getting a chance to hold the Eagles, they give up a free 1st down on a costly penalty. Georgetown has it. 1st and 10 on a borrow for Morrow 1st down at the Cedar Park 29. 6 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Walker in the backfield in pistol formation behind McDougal. Mylock comes in motion to the right side of the line. Snap back. McDougal hands it off to Walker up the middle. Cuts back right inside the 25 and falls forward to about the 22-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 7 on the play. And that'll bring up a short 2nd and 3 for the Eagles.
It's funny that you get disappointed with a 7-yard gain with Jet Walker, but man, he's just so capable of breaking runs like that, taking it to the house. But that's a good 7-yard gain.
I was just about to say, he's averaging 10.1 on the night, which is actually lower than his season average of 12.3.
I was going to say, isn't it over 12 now? A dozen on that average on the season. 2 running backs in the backfield. Callaghan to the right, Walker to the left. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hand it to Callaghan, left side. Callaghan cuts back up the middle inside the 15. That's a borrow from Morrow first down inside the Graham & Sons red zone down to the 12-yard line. Nice run by the senior running back, Elijah Callaghan.
Callaghan's saying Jet Walker's not the only one that can run over some people. He lowered that shoulder and delivered a blow himself.
And Jet was doing some great blocking out there in front of him, too.
And who else was doing some great blocking is this offensive line. Another dominant run game performance. They're averaging 8.7 as a team right now, and they're imposing their will on whoever's matched up with them.
The Eagles stay in the same formation with 2 running backs. And now a whistle comes in from the referee.
A little equipment adjustment on the defensive line there.
Size comparison, Jet Walker's on the roster, 6'2", 210. Elijah Callaghan, 5'9", 160. Just a little bit size difference there between the 2 running backs. Snap back to McDougal. Hands it off, Walker right side. Breaks a tackle, splits 2 defenders, and inside the 10-yard line down to the 7. A nice gain on first down, brings up a short second and about 4 for the Eagles.
He's such an humble young man. I wonder if Jet knows how close he is to 2,000 yards.
How close?
Really. 78 yards short of 2,000 before this drive started.
The Eagles have it. They're going to mark it down at the 7. 2nd and 5 now. 4:10 left in the third quarter. 2 receivers right. Mylock, the tight end to the right side. Walker to the right side of McDougal. Now Warren in motion. Snap to Walker. Direct snap right up the middle. Inside the 5. Gets to about the 3-yard line. And they'll stack him up there. And that'll be, see if they call it enough for a first down.
Got a Cedar Park player injured.
But a man down for the defense for Cedar Park. Number 46 down on the ground. Got to look at it right. Aluko. The junior defensive end.
The only way that Jet got stopped right there is number 32, Luke Worley, the junior linebacker. He went low on Jet, and that's about the only way that you can stop that young man.
Luco walking off under his own power with the trainer here for Cedar Park, so hopefully he's all right. But Georgetown's going to have it 3rd and less than a yard from the 3-yard line.
And with that last carry, Jet Walker's exactly hit 200 on the night.
Goodness. So that'll make him 57 short.
The Eagle offense taking their time getting the play call in. 3rd and less than a yard from the 3-yard line. McDougal with Walker behind him. Flap of the hand, snap back, hand it to Walker, cuts back left side, falls forward, and he'll be inside the 3-yard line. Looks like one side has him at the 2, and now one at the 3-yard line. Kind of a bad spot there here on the near side. They're going to call him short of the first down. It'll be 4th down at the 3-yard line.
Well, I thought he fell down almost close to the 1.
That's what I thought. So it's a 4th and short here. And they're going to bring out the field goal team.
This is the big boys.
Nope, this is the Buffet Killers. The big package coming in.
I'm trying to make a statement on 4th down, go up 31-7 with a touchdown and a PAT.
Oh, on 4th and less than a yard from the 3-yard line. Direct snap to Walker. He follows the big boys. He's going to be undercut. And they'll see where they spot him here. They're going to spot him at the 3-yard line, actually in between the 3 and the 4. And that'll be short. Georgetown will turn it over on downs. Cedar Park will take over 1st and 10.
They're saying Coach Griffin might got a timeout off before the play happened.
Calling for a measurement.
Oh, it looked like Coach Griffin was over there saying, like, I called timeout, and one of the refs was signaling. Let's see.
Coach was wanting a measurement before that 4th down play, and I believe they're calling for the 6 to come out and measure.
I think he's short by that mark.
If they're having the 4th down play run, then he definitely did not get the first down. I think the question is, is that the thing they're spotting, or are they spotting the 3rd down measurement before the 4th down snap?
They're going to measure this as a 4th down attempt. It's going to be short.
It's about 1.5 yards short.
Georgetown needed to get just short of the 2-yard line. So they'll turn it over on down. Cedar Park will take over with 2:37 remaining here in the third quarter. The one thing is, on that kind of a play call, Kelly, you've shown that play call to the Cedar Park Timberwolves multiple times tonight. Not surprising they get a good charge there. and get the stop, and they get the ball back.
Well, that's one of those circumstances where you're just saying, you're going to have to stop us. And the nose tackle for Cedar Park just dove straight, almost parallel to the ground, was able to hit Jet's feet before he could get going.
You almost want to see a pop pass out of that same set because you know the defense is going to run commit, have someone leak out to the back of the end zone, have Jet kind of stutter step, and then throw it right over the top.
So the Timberwolves have it 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line. Cooper in his own end zone, sends a man in motion near side. Clap of the hands it off to Vidolia, and he'll run up, breaks a tackle outside the 10, and he'll get up and up for a first down. A big run there to get out from the shadow of your own goalpost, and a first down at the 14-yard line for the Timberwolves.
With the lack of success that Cedar Park has had on offense, I like the going for it on 4th down there. Now they've got to drive almost the length of the field to put more points on the board, and they're behind 3 scores.
2:15 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And a motion to the right. Snap back to Cooper. Hand it to Vidolia. He'll be cut underneath. Nice tackle there on the backside. Cole Mitchell came around the end and took out the legs of the running back, Lucas Valoria. And it's a no gain. Brings up 2nd and 10 as we go under 2 minutes remaining 3rd quarter.
This defensive backfield is about to get tested right now on this play, I anticipate, because Cedar Park can't continue to run the ball like they're doing right now and take all this time off the clock. They've got to hold Georgetown to no more points. And with the few possessions that both teams have really had in this ball game, the possessions are at a premium. They've got to put points on the board on this drive.
A minute and a half remaining. 2 receivers left. Now make it 3 as a man comes in motion. Snap back. Cooper looking. Pump fake. A double move here. He's pressured in the backfield. He's got a lot of room to run on the right side. 20, 25. He'll run out of bounds. Another first down for the Timberwolves. Clock will stop at 1:18 with Cooper's run out of bounds.
Smart play by him, not trying to force a pass down there. The coverage was good, but he had that right side of the field wide open, able to get the first down and stop the clock.
That's where your line containment has to be, your edge containment on a quarterback that can run and is willing to run. And now a big first down up to the 27-yard line. Empty backfield now for Cooper. Snap back. He looks right. Pumps, pressured right up the middle. He's going to tuck it and run. Avoids a tackle up to the 35, and then is hit and dropped there by Chance Kelly, but not before he picks up 11 more yards and another Timberwolf first down.
Coach Griffin talked about his athleticism and ability to tuck that ball and have positive yards right there. Good pressure, but there was nothing in the middle of the field which gave him the opportunity to pick up that first down.
1st and 10 up to their own 38-yard line. 1 minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Clock continues to run. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Valoria, the running back, offset to the right of Cooper. Far side hash mark. Snap of the ball will come with 45 seconds remaining in the quarter. Cooper drops back, looks, he's being pressured, scrambles to his left, throws in the middle of the field. The catch made up past the 45 on the slide by Noah Wallace. That'll make it a short 2nd down. 30 seconds as the clock continues to run, 3rd quarter.
We talked about the sophomore quarterback, Caleb McDougal. This sophomore quarterback for Cedar Park is doing a good job on this drive of moving this ball down the field. They're going to have to take some shots down the field, and we saw some pressure there that time. I would like to see a little more pressure in those passing situations. This is an opportunity to try something down the field.
Handed off, Valoria hit by the defensive line. I think that was Andrew Urban.
Number 6.
First contact made by Andrew Urban, followed up by Chance Kelly, and the 3rd quarter comes to an end. Cedar Park comes back with a first down just shy of midfield when we come back for the start of quarter number 4. Georgetown Eagle football continues in a moment.
At Mesquite Creek Outfitters, located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas, we bring community together in a casual environment to share the love of gear, great drinks, and friendship. Enjoy our light menu, a beverage, and shop our great selection of men's and women's clothing and gear. Also, check out our website for MCO Grocery Company and have fresh groceries delivered directly to your doorstep. Visit the Mesquite Creek site at www.mesquite.com.
We go to the start of quarter number 4. 12 minutes left in the ball game. Georgetown leads it 24-7 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Georgetown 12 minutes away from a district championship. 1st and 10. They're actually going to start it on the Georgetown side of the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 49 of Georgetown. Nope, it is on the Cedar Park. We switch into the field. So the Cedar Park Timberwolves, another first down here on this drive that started at their own 4-yard line.
I'm proud you're learning football, Wally.
I was laughing too hard at your off-air comment. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Valoria, the running back, will be in the backfield with the quarterback, sophomore David Cooper. Valoria to the right of Cooper here on the near side hash mark. Cooper now brings the man in motion to the right side. Snap back, fakes the handoff, looks to swing, pressure. Andrew Urban, fumble, ball's out. It's loose, and the Timberwolves will fall on it. Andrew Urban made a big play there, got his hands on Cooper, and that's the sophomore play you're watching for either of these quarterbacks. Right. Hold the ball and go to the ground. He tries to get rid of it, and they're going to whistle it as a fumble. Back to the 39-yard line. A loss of 10 brings up the 39. They'll mark it 2nd and 20 now for the Timberwolves.
I thought his arm may have been going forward. He was trying to get into a position where he could do that, but the referee called it a fumble, so the big loss there on the sack by Georgetown defense.
1 receiver left, 3 receivers stacked right. Valoria in the backfield to the left of Cooper, far side hash mark. Clap of the hands, and then a look over to the near side. 11:35 on the clock as it continues to run. Cooper now ready to go in the shotgun. Clap of the hands, and there comes the penalty here on the near sideline. That's going to be a false start, so it'll be 2nd and 25 now for the Timberwolves.
Huge penalty.
Yeah, a little bit of a composure slip there. It's obviously a big moment. Just got a sack. Now it's going to be 2nd and 20, and you know that the Georgetown Eagle pass rush, after getting their first sack of the game, is going to be coming again. Try to move a little bit early, and now they're in an even bigger hole.
Eagle fans, what are you doing tomorrow night? That's a good question. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, the Georgetown basketball team opens up its season at home to take on the Austin High Maroons. 8 o'clock, come join us live at the Georgetown High School Gymnasium. Myself, Holden Tuma, will be on the call of the Georgetown Eagle basketball game as the boys open up their season tomorrow night at home against Austin High. Snap back to Cooper on 2nd and 25. Swing pass out the flat. Cuts back at the 30. And a good run there to keep it from another loss, Jamal Porter. But he's just going to get back to the 35-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 24 now for the Timberwolves. A good job by Porter to avoid about a 5-yard loss there, Kelly.
Yeah, and that's a situation where sometimes people will question the play call, but what they were trying to do is anticipate that Georgetown was going to be trying to cover that deep pass and hope those defensive backs are farther down the field so that this play can develop a little bit, get some blockers out there. But Georgetown did a good job of staying at home, taking care of their assignments, and shutting that play down.
2 receivers left, 1 right for the Timberwolves now. 3rd and 24. Ball in the 35-yard line. They've got to get to the 41-yard line of Georgetown. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Valoria to the right of Cooper. Middle of the field, snap back. Handed off, Valoria right up the middle. Cuts back at the 40, up to about the 45-yard line, where he'll be dropped. They're going to mark him at the 44-yard line. And that'll bring up a big 4th down, and the punt team comes on for the Timberwolves.
Kind of surprised by that because at this point in the game, you're only going to get 1 or 2 more possessions, maybe a 3rd possession. They look like they're going to punt the ball away now. I anticipate if they do punt, Georgetown's going to go run heavy to try to finish this game out.
Luke Hawley stands at about his own 24-yard line to receive the punt off the foot of Benjamin Ramos. Snap is back. Ramos will get the punt away. He was blocked into a good call. Cole Mitchell was blocked into the punter. No flag there. And Luke Hawley will let it go, and it'll roll out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Georgetown with 9:16 remaining. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Brightside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Brightside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage.
Camp Brightside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Brightside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Brightside and stay a while.
In around to Xavier Warren. He breaks the tackle, gets free on the near sideline, and he's going to take it to the house. A flag in the backfield, and this one will come back. Xavier Warren on the end around. What a run. He showed the athleticism of Xavier Warren right there and the speed when he got outside of the sideline. But this one's going to come back on a penalty by the Georgetown Eagles. So with 9:03 remaining, instead of a touchdown, it'll be first and 20 for the Georgetown Eagles. So they did go to the running game, but in a different look, they went to the speedy Xavier Warren, and now he's got a long walk back.
Got those hands on the hips. A little bit gassed.
So they'll spot it back. We'll see how far they're going back here on the holding penalty. And there they'll back it up to the 21-yard line. First and 20 for Georgetown. 9:03 remaining here in the ball game. Georgetown leads it 24-7. Any more updates on the Lake Belton Killeen Chaparral ball game?
Maybe. Let me check. 5:20 left in the third quarter, I believe. Still 14-7.
McDougal gets a snap, hands it to Walker right up the middle, up past the 25, tackled about the 29-yard line. Got back about 8 yards on that carry, brings up 2nd and 12 now for the Eagles. Clock continues to run, 8:45 remaining. Other ball games in District 8 action. Tomorrow night, the Glen Grizzlies will host the Rouse Raiders, and the Eastview Patriots will host the Leander Lions at Birkelbach Field.
Still some jockeying for position for the playoff spots.
One receiver right, two left, 8:23 on the clock. It runs. McDougal fakes the handoff, pass across the middle. Sedgwick makes the catch. It'll be enough for a Georgetown borrow for Morrow, first down. Davin Sedgwick appointed the first down motion there. And the Eagles will have it 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And the growth I've seen in those plays, in particular the RPOs, you have to have a quarterback that can read the field well. And McDougal from game one to game now is practically an unrecognizable player. His success on making the correct decisions on these RPOs is what's taking this offense to another level.
Did you guys see how many black jerseys went with Jet out to that right side of the Georgetown offense?
Two receivers left, one right. The man in motion from the right. Handed off, Walker, nope. Swing pass out in the flat, and it's incomplete to number 16, Braylon Westfall. Short hopped out there to the left side. So the incompletion brings up 2nd and 10 with 7:42. Stops on the incomplete pass here in the fourth quarter. Mesquite Creek Outfitters fourth quarter. Clothing, tasty drinks, food, and great atmosphere on the square in Georgetown. Located 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Visit them, Mesquite Creek Outfitters. Proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle football and your first responder broadcast team. It'll be 2nd and 10 here from the 43-yard line. Two receivers left, one right. Walker to the left to McDougal. This time, hand it to Walker. Cuts back, 40, outside of the numbers, 49, 50, 45, up to the 40 of Cedar Park. Another borrow for Morrow. First down on the run by Jet Walker.
And I would really like to see more runs like that. Keep that clock running, and let's get out of here with a district title.
And the ball was on the 43. If he'd run 57 yards to the house, it would have been a lot of fun.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Two receivers left, one right. Walker in the backfield with McDougal. The borrow for Morrow, first down for your mortgage needs. Remember Matt Morrow, borrow from Morrow. Far side hash mark, McDougal in the pistol. Walker behind him. Snap back. Fake the handoff. McDougal looking. Now he's going to roll to the right. Pressure applied. Sedgwick is open, but McDougal's going to take the sack, being pushed out of bounds by Wickens. Back about the 45-yard line. A flag thrown at the 42 of Cedar Park, so we'll see where that is. Looks like it may be a hold on the Eagle offense. And if so, that'll back them up 10 more yards and make it 1st and 20 again. And it is a hold on the Georgetown Eagles. They'll back them up, so Georgetown will have it 1st and 20. 6:57 remaining in the ball game.
That's just the third penalty on Georgetown tonight, so they've played pretty well, a pretty clean game up to this point, but when the game on the line like this, you're trying to put the stamp on it, put the exclamation point on it. You hate to see these procedural penalties on the field, these holds, because it's making it harder to extend these drives and put this game away.
Especially in a series like this, you've already taken one touchdown off the board with the hold. Now another hold.
If there's a silver lining to that, it's still first down, more opportunity to run that clock. So there is that to those penalties.
Mylock motions it to the left side of the line. Turn. Walker gets the handoff. Gets forced back inside. Breaks a tackle. A stiff arm. Legs chopped out from under him. Inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. But a big gain there on 1st and 20. A gain of 7. Makes it 2nd and 13 now for Georgetown. The clock continues to run. 6:35 on the clock. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Walker in the backfield with McDougal. As he looks far side to get the play call. Mylock the slot left. Xavier Warren slot right. Walker to the right of Caleb McDougal. Snap back to McDougal. Handed off to Walker left side. Comes outside, breaks a tackle. 30, 35, down to 50, 10, 5. Touchdown, Georgetown. Jet Walker to the house.
And 2,000 yards.
With that rush right there, Jet Walker breaks the 2,000-yard mark on the season. And Georgetown extends their lead up to 30-7 with 6:07 remaining in the ball game.
What a great run. What a way to cap off that 2,000-yard effort. Golly, that's exciting. I have never gotten to watch a running back that I'm pulling for gain 2,000 yards in a season.
G-Town Lumber and Supply, hometown service like none other, brings you the extra point attempt here. Christopher Mashburn will line up. McDougal to hold right at the 10-yard line. Snap is back. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. 6:07 left of the ball game, 31-7. Georgetown leads it over Cedar Park. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Holden's first half stats in the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the first responder broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown football. Eagle fight never dies.
Back here at the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. Omar and Susie Tockins, some of the best in the business. Give them a call. Visit them, jmts.com. John Cupton Stadium, 6:07 remaining. Hold it. A great Georgetown scoring summary here.
That last one, 6 plays, 69 yards, 2 minutes, 56 seconds off the clock, and Jet Walker hits the 2,000-yard mark. He's got 27 carries, 270 yards. That was his 4th touchdown of the night, and who else but Jet Walker to carry us to most likely a district championship.
And his 30th touchdown of the year. The kickoff, Syntex shirt and apply kickoff, bounces inside the 20 and just takes a roll out of bounds inside the 10. So Cedar Park will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. With 6:07 remaining, down 24 to your Georgetown Eagles. And Georgetown just 6 minutes away from a district title, all to their own, a number 1 seed in the playoffs, and a home playoff game back at Birkelbach Field next weekend, either Thursday or Friday. Make sure you tune to the social medias of Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club, to the Twitter account of Georgetown Eagle Football Club, the Booster Club, or Georgetown High School itself. They could put things out as soon as they know. Coach Griffin will do that. When we get word from Coach Griffin, we'll put it out on our social media, on our Facebook page and the Twitter account, and share that with you so you can prepare for that playoff game as soon as possible.
You were a little bit excited about that 2,000 yards,
All of a sudden, Jet was running backwards in my mind. 25, 30, 35, oh my goodness, 10, 5, touchdown. Step back, Cooper hands it to Valoria. Left side, breaks a tackle up past the 35-40, carries a man all the way up to the 43-yard line. A 13-yard gain on first down, a 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves as we go under 6 minutes remaining in the ball game.
And he's been very impressive today. Again, he was a third-string running back coming into this game. The first two guys couldn't go, and he's made a name for himself tonight. 18 carries, 86 yards.
Just a sophomore, the quarterback and the running back, Valoria. Snap back, Cooper hands it to Valoria left side. He's hitting the backfield here, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage as he's stacked up. Seth Warren along with Luke Butch. Luke Colley in on that tackle, a slew of defenders, a loss of 2, and it makes it 2nd and 12 now for the Timberwolves.
And these kind of play calls with this amount of time, Cedar Park has resigned themselves to losing this ball game. They have played hard tonight, really good first half, especially by the defense, to hold this offense in check, but you can only hold them in check for just so long.
3 receivers left, 1 right. Cooper on the far side hash mark, snap back. Looks to pass, pressured, hangs one up down the left sideline. Jaheim Dowd in coverage, and a great catch on the far side there by number 19, Zane Claybrook. And a big gain there by the Timberwolves up to the 26-yard line of Georgetown. 1st and 10. 4:55 remaining in the ball game.
Jaheim Dowd wasn't even in bad coverage there. That was just a perfect throw. It was low, and the receiver did a great job committing to the pass late, so Jaheim Dowd didn't have a chance to react and make a play on the ball. Just well-executed play there. Probably, I think, their biggest gain of the game with 33 yards in the air.
1st and 10. The clock continues to run under 4 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. 31-7. Georgetown leads it. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Valoria to the right of Cooper. Snap back, fake the handoff, looking to pass. Pressured up the middle. Sack! And they're going to end up letting him go. It's Luke Colley with a safety blitz up the middle. He gets the sack and a big loss on first down for the Timberwolves back to the 36-yard line.
And you know that last touchdown just juiced this defense. You see the pressure coming in there. These boys are excited because they're going to hoist the district championship trophy in about 4 minutes of playing time.
Jory and Dave, are y'all ready?
Yeah. Yes, sir, we're ready.
2nd and 20 from the 36 of Georgetown. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Valoria to the left of Cooper. Snap back to Cooper, fake the handoff. He's looking to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. Scrambles to his left. Throws on the run. It's hung up. Interception. Jaheim Dowd hauls in the 2nd interception of the night. Georgetown takes over. 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
Great ball game for the Eagles. The defense playing lights out, holding this Cedar Park team to 7 points to this point in the ball game. Hasn't happened all season. So the defense has done a really good job of keeping them out of the end zone tonight. And what can you say about this offense? A lot.
Run the ball. Run the dang ball. That's what you can say right now. 3:44 left in the ball game. Georgetown will have it. 1st and 10 at its 4-yard line. They have an opportunity to run this clock out and go 96 yards for another touchdown. But a Jaheim Dowd interception ends the hopes of that drive for the Timberwolves. The Eagles will come out 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line. 1 receiver right, 1 left for your Eagles. Jet Walker in the backfield in his own end zone, about 3 yards behind McDougal.
You let him run the ball and then curtain call.
Snap handed off. Walker right up the middle, past the 5, drives forward, carrying tacklers up past the 10 to the 13-yard line. 9 yards on the gain. 2nd and 1 for the Eagles.
Get up. Okay, there we go. And there he goes to the sideline.
Jet Walker will come out. Back in the backfield goes number 23, Elijah Callaghan. 2nd and 1 from their 13-yard line. Xavier Warren, Davin Sedgwick switch sides. Sedgwick to the near side. Warren, the lone receiver, right. Mylock, the tight end, off the left side. Callaghan to the left of McDougal. Far side hash mark. 3 minutes remaining. McDougal taking his time. McDougal now ready to go. A clap of the hands. Hands it off. Callaghan, right side, cuts it back up the middle, past the 15, up to the 17-yard line, and that's a borrow for Morrow. 1st down.
Oh, man. What a game for these Georgetown Eagles. And, folks, if you're watching this game, You're seeing Georgetown Eagle football history tonight with a 2,000-yard rusher in Jet Walker and an offense that is just playing lights out at the right time of the season, but they've had it going almost the entire season.
Holden, what are the stats tonight in the passing game for McDougal?
Kelly McDougal's probably going to finish tonight 13 of 16 for 161 yards.
So he'll end up just shy of 2,000 passing yards on the season going into the playoff game. 2 receivers left, none right. Callaghan to the right of McDougal. Snap back. McDougal hands it off to Callaghan. I wondered if when the flag was coming in.
Be a false start on everyone but the center. Snap came late.
Ryan Castilleja said, "Where y'all going? I'm not ready." He did not snap it on. He was waiting for something different than everybody else. And so a false start will back the Eagles up. It'll be 1st and 15. They'll move back to about the 12-yard line. And 1st and 15, 2:04 remaining here in the ball game. Elijah Callaghan in the backfield. Jet Walker done on the night. I would assume his stats holding from you.
If this is his final carry there, it's going to be 28 carries for 279 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Not a bad night. Hey, quick shout out to my buddy Frank Miranda listening in. Frank, I meant to say hello a little bit earlier, but good to have you with us as always, buddy.
2 receivers wide left. Callaghan to the right of McDougal. Snap back, handed McDougal, or to Callaghan. Cuts back up the middle past the 20, 25, almost to the 30-yard line. A big run on 1st and 15. It's a borrow for Morrow first down.
Callaghan has not figured out this game's over. So he's running like it's the first quarter. Good running back, shifty running back.
And now Darius Rockmore, the sophomore, comes into the backfield for the Eagles. Clock goes under 1:20 remaining here in the ball game. 1st and 10 for Georgetown, up to the 29 of Cedar Park. Georgetown will take their time to snap this one as they get ready to run out the clock and hoist the trophy. They will be 5A, Division I, Region 2, District 8. Easy to say.
Yeah.
District champions.
Wow.
Boys, how does that sound?
That sounds incredible.
Snap back to McDougal, hand it to Rockmore. Darius comes to the left, cuts back, hit about the 30, but carries forward all the way up to the 33-yard line. A nice gain of about 4 on the play, brings up 2nd and 6. Inside 40 seconds now as the clock continues to run.
I think they set a Gatorade shower over on the sideline. I can't quite make out what coach got drenched, but you see the ice. You see his team, the players mobbing him over there, and love to see that. The connection between coaches and players is so important at every level.
I think that was the DC, Matt Laux, getting a bath.
He had a heck of a game, holding these guys 7 points.
Now here comes the bath. Chuck Griffin getting ready to get showered. Luke Butch has it. They want to get him. Here it comes, the water shower. Luke Butch, Tennyson Dean. Handed off. Darius Rockmore, right side. He'll get up past the 35. That'll be the last play. And Coach Griffin gets the water shower on the sideline. Luke Butch, Tennyson Dean douse him. And the Georgetown Eagles win it 31-7 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Georgetown, your District 8 district champions. What a year for this district. A great run of football for Georgetown. And, we've said it. We've said it. We'll say it again. The loss to Leander couldn't have happened at a better time in the year. And Georgetown has responded beautifully to a tough loss and had righted that ship, and this defense continues to play lockdown defense.
Hey, a tip of the cap to this new coaching staff. 6 new coaches this year on this coaching staff, and they wasted no time coaching these kids up. What a great regular season for these Georgetown Eagles, but there's more food to be had at this buffet, gentlemen.
We're going down to Dave and Coach Chuck Griffin.
Coach, I see you're wet, but you have a gold ball in your hand. How's it feel?
Man, that's awesome, man. It's a great feeling. Did first district championship outright in 12 years, man. These guys, I can't be more proud of these kids. They've done a tremendous job.
Congratulations. Go enjoy it, Coach.
So the Georgetown Eagles, district champions. Coach Griffin has the gold ball in his hand. It'll go in the case nice there for your Georgetown Eagles. The Eagles will get ready to go with the alma mater from the Georgetown Eagle Band before celebrating and taking a team picture as district champions of District 8. Holden, I tell you what, a lot of questions coming into this season for Georgetown. 6 new coaches. You had lost your starting quarterback. You had lost your starting tailback. You had lost a lot of starters on both sides of the ball, but you brought back some talent, and then all of a sudden you find this gem, this sophomore named Caleb McDougal, who comes in and drives the bus. He doesn't have to do anything flashy, but he continues to do great work to run this offense. You have a Jet Walker move back to Georgetown and put on a show week in and week out to put on over 2,000 yards on the ground. You have receivers show out week after week for this offense, averaging 50-something points a ball game. What a feeling for this Georgetown team.
Hey, Wally, how about the class from the Cedar Park Timberwolves to respectfully face us, face our band, face the team while they played our school song?
You love to see that. It's always good to see sportsmanship. This is obviously a heartbreaker for Cedar Park coming in here with a chance to win the district and never really had a chance. They had a good first half, but eventually Georgetown kind of pulled away at the end there. But to Wally's point, this was an excellent coaching job. I mean, you have to give credit, firstly, to the coaches for rounding these guys together because, like he was saying, there's a lot of new starters at a lot of key spots, and they hadn't played much together. Caleb McDougal's first start came this season as a true sophomore. Jet Walker hadn't been in this offense before, and these receivers, Davin Sedgwick was a mainstay last year. Xavier Warren had moments, but those who really came into their own this season. But again, I don't think we talk about it enough. This offensive line all year has been moving people around, run game, pass game. They've done whatever they want, and it has really enabled this Georgetown offense to take everything to the next level. But again, huge shout to this coaching staff. They've done a heck of a job.
And you see the respect in kind from Georgetown. The players ready to celebrate this district title, turn around in support of Cedar Park in the effort they've done. They represented this district well, too. They end up 6-4 on the season, just 5-2 in district play. But a tough team that will give some problems on the playoff trail to many teams. But you love the class between both of these programs as they pay their respects to each other with their alma maters. And now the Georgetown team will huddle up with Coach Griffin. Not sure what's going on down there.
A party.
Coach Griffin tried to huddle him up. The excitement level going crazy down there, but
they're taking a picture down here with a goal ball.
How fun is it to be up here and watching the immortalization of this group of guys, this group of coaches, outright district champs for the first time, I believe, in 12 years since the 2012 season. Quite an accomplishment.
There we go. Jory got it straightened up for us. A good picture there on your screen.
Coach says, go see your parents.
The Georgetown Eagles win it 31-7 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Boys, any final thoughts?
I'm just ecstatic for these kids, for this coaching staff, for the trainers, the training staff, everybody involved in this run to be district champions, and especially this senior class. Great kids, fun to be around, fun to talk to, and now they get to hoist the championship trophy. I guarantee you that the coach is going to say, we got more work to do.
It'll be time to go 1-0 one more time next week. Back home at Birkelbach Field. Watch to your social medias. We'll put it out as soon as we find out from head coach Chuck Griffin when the game will be. That'll come after. It could be as early as tonight as Burleson Centennial plays on Thursday night as well. And so once their game is over, if they do finish fourth in the district like they are in the standings right now, that will be the call for them to make. Is it Thursday night or Friday night back at Birkelbach Field for your Georgetown Eagles? Holden, your final thoughts on this game?
I'm not even going to look at the numbers for this one. I just want to commend the job that the senior leaders of this class did. Like we were talked about all throughout the season, that Leander loss helped define this team. They came out a team that really they should have beaten by probably multiple scores, and they got beat at the homecoming, a big emotional game at this very stadium. They came out probably C-, D+ performance, got beat, but then they rallied. The coaches rallied them. The senior leaders stepped up and said, hey, we need to take accountability for this because we're better than this, and we know we're better than this. And they put on a show the rest of the season. I'm not even sure what the closest game was after that, but, man, heck of a job by these guys, and love to see this.
I think this may have been the closest score of the year for Georgetown outside of that Leander ball game, winning by 24. Dave, your final thoughts on tonight's big win?
Oh, my gosh. Kelly, I know you can agree with me. There's been so many years we've come over here to Gupton Stadium and just had a hard go. They've had our number for so many years. But to get the outright district championship, like Coach Griffin said, what a special night for Georgetown, and this team just feels different. It feels like it's built different, and it's lots of excitement. I know I'm speaking to the choir up there, but it's a good night to be an Eagle.
Georgetown victorious, 31-7 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. They are your District 8 champions, and will host a first-round playoff game at Birkelbach Field next weekend. Stay tuned to all the social media, and we'll update you as soon as we know. Check your Georgetown Eagle Football Booster Club. They do a great job of putting things out on social media as well. But, man, I tell you what, Jet Walker, Caleb McDougal, those two names were not on this roster at the end of last year. And Caleb McDougal came in. We got to talk to him on Wednesday night. Kelly, he came in the spring ball and jumped into the number 1 slot, and he never let it go. And what a job he's done at the helm to drive this bus, and what a job that Jet Walker continues to do. What a night tonight, 279 yards, officially unofficial on our stats, but breaks the 2,000-yard rushing mark in 10 games, and he didn't even play in 10 full games on the season. And so a shout-out to Jet Walker, a shout-out to this offensive line. What a job this team did to hold the Cedar Park Timberwolves scoreless in the second half. And it'll be a fun week as this Georgetown team prepares for their first home playoff game in quite a while.
And Wally, a little bit more special with the loss of Jason Pennington, one of the players in sub-varsity this year, and nobody has forgotten about Jason and his family dying as a result of that tragic motor vehicle crash. A little bit more special that they bring home a district champion and honor Jason and the Pennington family.
A little more special, they brought home 5 district champions. A sweep of the district titles in District 8 this year for your Georgetown Eagles. Both freshman teams, both JV teams, and your varsity teams outright district champions on their seasons. A great year for this program, and it continues next week live at Birkelbach Field. Thanks for joining us live here at John Gupton Stadium in Cedar Park. Georgetown victorious and wins the district title 31-7 over the Cedar Park Timberwolves. A special shout out to Jalissa and Jory, I was about to call him.
And Maddie.
Jory on the cameras, Maddie running the scoreboard, to Holden, to Dave on the sidelines, to Kelly and myself, Wally Harmon. Thanks for joining us. We love doing this, and we look forward to next week live at Birkelbach Field. You don't have anything to do tomorrow night? Come out and join us, Georgetown High School, 8 p.m. The Georgetown Eagle boys basketball team starts their season off at the home against the Austin High Maroons. We'll have the call live on the SHN Sports Network, 7:45 pregame, 8 o'clock tip. Come join us for more Eagle sports. It's all in a play. The Lady Eagles volleyball team on the road in the area round of the volleyball playoffs tomorrow at LaGrange against Lamar Consolidated. Thanks for joining us tonight. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind and try to live like Knox. The Live Like Knox Foundation. Read about it. See about a young man who tragically lost his life 5 months ago, but yet lived more kindness in a short 12 years than a lot of us experience in a lifetime. The Live Like Knox Foundation, a great area to go, and if you feel the need to support and to share his life and his kindness, feel free, jump in. If not, just read about the kindness he lived and share some of that in your own lives. Enjoyed it tonight from John Gupton Stadium. We sign off a district championship for your Georgetown Eagles. Have a good night, everybody.